Good evening and welcome to Fishburne Family Field, home of the Fighting Scots at Covert Stadium. The Board of Education, Superintendent, Principal, and Athletic Boosters of Highland High School extend each of you a cordial welcome. We are pleased that you are here tonight. The Highland Fighting Scots and the Fredericktown Freddies are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. The Fighting Scots are honest, humble, and supportive.
Good evening, everybody.
Fans are reminded that the MOAC has implemented a sportsmanship policy that applies to all contests home and away. Inappropriate behavior resulting in an ejection will result in a 2-week suspension of all games involving MOAC schools at any level, and any second offense results in a 90-day suspension. Details of the policy are posted in and around the school facility. Tonight's officials are referee Mike Clark, umpire Deontay Scott, linesman Aaron Shreen, line judge Ted Morse, back judge Mark Henderson, and center judge Bob Bates. And now, let's give it up for our Fighting Scots marching band, the Marching Scots.
Another senior coming back, Dylan Wick.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if able and remove your hats to honor America and support those who defend our freedom at home and abroad as we see our color guard from the NJROTC of Highland High School bringing tonight's colors.
Has been dedicated to serving our veterans for over 40 years. I'm Executive Director Kevin Henry.
And I'm Alan Huffman, your office coordinator.
And we'll have the alma mater first. Thanks, Amy.
Service-connected disability, wartime pension programs, and VA healthcare enrollment.
We provide free transportation to VA healthcare appointments, as well as emergency financial assistance and numerous other benefits. Stop in and see us at 105 East Chestnut Street, or give us a call at 740-393-6742.
And never forget, you are not alone.
Looking for a career with great pay, great hours, and a great team? Schaefer Driveline has opportunities ready for you. We're hiring assemblers for first and second shift, and you'll love our 4-day work week. Starting pay is $18 an hour, with increases after 90 and 180 days. You'll work in our climate-controlled assembly floor. We also offer medical, dental, and vision coverage, along with a 401k match. Visit SchaeferDriveline.com and apply online today. Schaefer Driveline, driven by quality, powered by people.
Hi, it's Whitney from Danville Outdoors, the destination for folks across the region who live for the woods and the water. Our store in Danville has the best selection around, so stock up on everything from deer feed to practice targets. When that 10-point buck finally steps into range, you'll be ready. Before you go outdoors, come in and see us at Danville Outdoors. You're going to love our brand new building, South Market Street in Danville, DanvilleOutdoors.com.
End your job search today. Aerial Corporation, with locations in Mount Vernon, Newark, and Akron, is hiring machinists and multi-craft maintenance technicians for our production teams. We are also looking for mechanics to join our assembly team. If you're seeking a change, come experience our 3- and 4-day full-time work weeks. Excellent benefits, training opportunities, and profit-sharing bonuses. Apply now at aerialcorp.com. That's ARIELCORP.com.
Expert DIYer? Rookie renovator? Get all the stuff you'll need from people who know how to use it at Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumberyard. You'll find everything from commercial and custom feed to paint and plumbing. If you're not quite sure what you need, these friendly folks are happy to help. Grab your list of projects and come on down to the bigger, better Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumberyard, all in one building on South Market Street in Danville.
Staying ahead means never stopping learning. At Mount Vernon Nazarene University, our online programs are built specifically for working professionals like you. Courses developed with industry experts, grounded in purpose-driven education, designed to fit your real life. Ready to start or finish your degree? Take control of your future at mvnu.edu/online. MVNU, where meaning meets momentum.
Hey, welcome back to Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'm Ron Strong, along with Ross Carter, getting set for tonight's kickoff between Highland and Fredericktown. We looked a little bit about Highland and what seniors graduated and who we have this year. Let's take a little bit of a look at Fredericktown, Scott and or Ross, and tell us about them. Who we lost and who we kept.
Well, Fredericktown.
One twist my tongue.
Fredericktown definitely lost a few seniors from last year. Most notably of them, Gavin Toombs, Blake Sipes, Brody Davis. Those were all first-team All-KMAC players. So they've got some big shoes to fill this year. Fredericktown's coming into the season ranked number 36 in Division 6, which is new for them this year, moving from Division 5. Looks like about the same players in the KMAC this year. Again, Centerburg is going to be up there, Mount Gilead's going to be up there, and Fredericktown's going to be right up towards the top. We do have some guys coming back this year. 4 of the 5 starting offensive linemen are returning, so we have some depth there. You have All-Ohio Noah Shannon is going to be there. Carson Clutter, Cole Burnside, and Kellen Allgaier are all going to be back on the offensive line.
Very good. So Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO U2. It's all brought to you by our fine friends at New Directions Shelter of Knox County, Alumni Roofing, Aerial Corporation, Griffin Insurance, LPT Realty Agent Mike Pillow, People's Bank of Gambier, Velvet Ice Cream, Danville Outdoors, Country Court Skilled Nursing Center, Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumber, the Living Center Senior Apartments, Marengo Hardware, Knox County Veteran Services, Buckeye Stoves and Buckeye Roofing, Schaefer Industries, K&S Towing and Repair, Knox Community Hospital, and Dean's Jewelry. Of course, we want to thank them. These games would not be possible without the support of not only the businesses, but of course the local community as well. So looking forward, we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff here in Highland as the Scots get ready to take on the Freddies, and we're going to take another break and come back, take a look a little bit more about tonight's matchups right after this.
Whether it's your home, farm, auto, business, RV, or boat, Griffin Insurance has you covered. Located at 300 Coshocton Avenue in Mount Vernon, we've been protecting what matters most to Knox County for decades. Call 740-397-7488 today and experience the trusted local service you deserve. Griffin Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you know.
Alumni Roofing is a full-service commercial roofing contractor providing commercial and industrial roofing solutions. Located in Lexington, Ohio, providing service to much of North Central Ohio, including the greater metropolitan areas of Columbus, Cleveland, and Akron. Preventive maintenance program, roof health assessment, storm damage assessment, roof replacement, roof restoration, and more. Call 419-884-9715 and mention this ad to receive a free thermal scan and a full roof health assessment.
Go, Freddy's, go! This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. We are the cozy way to save. We invite you to stop by our showroom on State Route 95 in Fredericktown to see live burning wood, pellet, and gas displays. We can help you find the perfect alternative heating source to meet your needs. Buckeye Stoves, we will bring that heat. Good luck to all the local teams. BuckeyeStoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
It's Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'm Ron Strong along with Ross Carter, and looking at tonight's matchups offensively for Highland. Should be fun to watch.
Yes, definitely should be. They're going to be probably typically running what they've run over the past few years with that triple option offense, possibly like an RPO if you were used to watching the NFL. Handoff, or quarterback keeper, a pitch. It's going to keep the defense for Fredericktown on their toes this evening. You never know what you're going to get depending on the formation that comes up. Coach is back again this year, Ty Stover. He's had back-to-back 3-7 seasons, hoping to improve upon that this year. It's his 6th season here as head coach for the Highland Fighting Scots.
Okay, and then taking a look at the Freddies real quick. Like I said, had an opportunity to watch them play last year. They were very explosive. They were off and on, hit and miss, and kind of fun to watch, though.
Yeah, for sure. It was an exciting few games that I got to see as well last year. The offense is running that double tight, double wing offense, kind of that old school throwback wing T, if you will. Not a whole lot of teams are running it. You see it occasionally at the college level. It's kind of hard to defend against when you're not used to playing against it, and Highland is not typically used to playing against that. So past couple years, the Freddies have been able to knock them off in this first game of the season. Prior to that, Highland had gone on a 9-game winning streak against Fredericktown, so they're hoping to get a little bit of revenge, get back on the right side of the win-loss column this year.
All right, we're less than 3 minutes away from kickoff here from Highland. And like I mentioned earlier, you couldn't ask for a better night for high school football. You know, all those days leading up to this evening, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be disastrous. But, boy, what a wonderful evening. Sun setting to our right. The only issue that's going to run into is going to be Highland with their the ball. As they did the coin toss, Fredericktown won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so, of course, they chose to kick away from the sun. So Highland's going to be moving that offense right into the sun, but there is a little bit of cloud cover, so it might not be too big of a factor. It should be a lot of fun. 2 minutes to go. We're going to take another break. We're going to get set for tonight's kickoff here at Highland. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on WMVO, YouTube, Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court is a Levering Management Skilled Nursing Center.
At K&S Towing and Repair, we're your hometown stop for quality fuel, fast, friendly towing service, and dependable auto repair with a combined 69 years experience. Whether you're filling up your tank or your belly with our great breakfast and lunch options, fixing up your ride, or getting a tow, count on the people who live and work right here in our community at the Fredericktown Marathon and K&S Towing and Repair. Stop in today at 1739 Zolman Road or call 740-694-5021.
Everyone deserves to feel safe, respected, and supported. If you or someone you care about is experiencing domestic violence, sexual assault, or human trafficking, New Directions is here. Our free and confidential services include emergency shelter, advocacy, safety planning, and connections to resources, all centered around your needs. Call or text New Directions 24/7 crisis hotline at 740-397-4357. Help is available. New Directions provides resources for safety, healing, and freedom here in Knox County.
Well, here we go. We are just seconds away from the opening kickoff with our Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'll get used to that.
It's a mouthful.
Every game is going to get better. So here we go. Like we mentioned earlier, the Freddies are going to be kicking away from the sun, which leads that challenge where Highland is going to have to move that offense right into that sunshine here for at least a little while until the sun gets a little down to earth and away from us. So we're getting set. The officials are all lined up. As you can see, everybody's set and ready to go. The players, Freddies have been over there waiting for minutes and minutes and minutes. It's like, come on, let's get this game moving. So the officials are waiting for the cue. Make sure it's exactly 7 o'clock.
On the kick from the Freddies is number 41, Isaiah Brick.
Isaiah Brick is kicking off for the Freddies. And Hayden Moore back deep for the Scots. So here we go.
Looks like it's going to be typical kickoff. This is, I believe, his second year as kicker for the Freddies. Last year he did a pretty decent job. Hopefully looking to improve this year as well. Getting ready for the kickoff.
Get off all the nervousness out and get that kickoff and hit somebody, and then everybody's ready to go. So there it's deep, taken right around the 15, across the 25. He's at the 30 and dropped down at the 32. So a nice little run back there for the Scots. Come up with a 1st and 10 now for them.
Good job at the Freddies coming with a gang tackle there to stop the run back. There was a big hole, but they closed it quick.
Hayden Doherty with the run back there for the Scots. Now here we go now, 1st and 10. Ball sitting at the 32-yard line for Highland. They congregate on the sidelines here for the first offensive series for the Scots.
Yeah, usually I imagine they probably have a few scripted plays they're getting ready to throw in. Hopefully the boys have practiced hard and know exactly what they're expected.
So Robbie Schmidt be the quarterback for the Scots. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Got 2 wide receivers, 1 left, 1 to the right. Schmidt's going to take the snaps, going to hand it off. Number 4 with the run, Nick Hinkle, and had a big hole. Nice run for a 1st down.
First play of the game for the Scots, right up the middle. Picked up about 11 or 12 yards on that play, reset the flags, and another 1st down.
Doherty running the plays in and out for the Scots. He's going to come wide here to the near side. Once again, Schmidt, quarterback. You're going to try that play again. It's a handoff right down the middle. Crosses the 45 up to about the 47-yard line.
Freddy's made some adjustments on that one, closed the gaps a lot quicker, moving right towards the ball.
So Nick Hinkle with the run back there. 2nd down now and 8. 2nd down and 7.
They're going to have to get used to watching that play clock here early in the season. There's probably going to be a few penalties to get things started, but they're doing a good job so far, keeping it ready to go.
So they're coming back with that standard setup. They got 1 wide far and near side, and then, of course, Schmidt takes the snap. He's going to pitch it out to the right to Hinkle, and Hinkle goes across midfield, and he's finally brought down right around the 46-yard line.
A little bit of a sweep there. Got a little bit of extra effort on the end to pick up the 1st down, reset the flags again, moving the ball right down the field.
Camden Clutter, number 52 for the Freddies. Little slow getting up after that play. So not sure. I think he's going to just kind of take a deep breath and stay in the ball game.
The Freddies are reacting well here, I think. They're trying to bounce back and get reset.
So that's Howell way far to the far side. Hinkle here to the near side. Schmidt's going to take the snap, hands off the big fullback, Zane Stover. He pops out to the outside. Nice run, but the Freddies are going to hunt him down. Only squeaked out maybe a yard or two.
Tried to push it to the outside. I think that play got blown up a little bit. He was originally supposed to go to the inside. That gap closed, and he bounced it right to the outside, but there wasn't anything there. Freddies did a good job pursuing and sealing the edge.
Brings up a second down now and 8. Schmidt waiting for the play to come in from the sideline. Running it in will be Hayden Moore. Less than 20 seconds to go on the play clock.
Freddies are ready. They're set. Scots are still huddled up.
Moore's going to come wide to the near side, and once again, that's Howe on the far side. Schmidt lines up with running back to the right, and he's going to pitch it over to Hinkle. Gets the pitch, and he gets up close to about the 40-yard line with a little extracurricular hitting going on there defensively. A lot of fun to see that early on.
He was a little slow on the whistles there by the referee, but letting them play a little bit. And about 5 to go here on 3rd down.
Now, this is going to be a big play, actually, going to maybe set the tone defensively for the Freddies if they can hold them. It's 3rd and 5. This first series of play offensively for the Scots. So we'll see how that pans out for them. Moore brings the play in to Schmidt. They huddle up there right at the 45-yard line. And Moore's going to come out wide to the right. Over there on the far side is Hudson Howell. And once again, quarterbacking is Schmidt. Takes the snap, looking to the right, and he connects with Moore at the 40, and he is brought down at the 35, but not before he gets a first down.
Picks it up, moves those stakes again, and picked up that first down. Freddies didn't do a real good job adjusting on that one. I don't think they were anticipating that little sling pass to the outside.
That's kind of what I was talking about. It's going to kind of maybe set the tone a little bit defensively for the Freddies. They know what they need to look for the next time around. Schmidt, once again, they take their time offensively. He sits there and waits for the play to come in, and running it in will be Hayden Moore. So between Moore and Doherty going far to the far side, once again Moore here to the near side. That's actually Hudson Howell all the way over there. Schmidt at the quarterback, and that's Stover set up to his right side. The snap is there. And Schmidt's going to keep the ball, gets to the 35. Nice block there by number 1, Caden Doherty. Schmidt's going to gain about maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, pushed him right to the sideline, used that as an extra defender there. Looked like, again, the Freddies were biting, closing all the gaps, so the quarterback had to bounce it to the outside there and get ready for 2nd down, and fairly long here, about 8 yards.
Well, they officially awarded him with 2 yards, so 2nd and 8. In with the play call will be Hayden Moore once again, and Schmidt will huddle him up and give the commands. Howell is split out to the far side there, and we've got Doherty and Moore here to the near side. And the running back, Nick Hinkle, is going to move over to the left side of Schmidt, where he takes the snap. He's looking deep. Got a guy, maybe? And he does! Wow! Connected with Hudson Howell for the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, Scots moved it right down the field. They were very efficient on offense. There were no negative plays on that drive. The Freddie defender there didn't get his head turned around fast enough and just didn't see the ball coming before it was too late.
So a nice offensive play there with just under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Scots connected first. They will set up for the extra point. Doing the kicking will be Josh McAvoy.
Decided to go for 1 here instead of 2. Depends on your kicker in each year, whether you're a kicking team or a running team.
There's the snap, smooth. Placement's down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 7:53 to go here in the first quarter of play, Highland connected first. It's 7-0. We'll be back with more high school football here right after this.
At the Living Center in Mount Vernon, we provide active, carefree, and secure senior living. Our on-site restaurant and salon mean no more battling Mother Nature to enjoy a meal and feel and look good. Give us a call at 740-397-3897. Visit us at thelivingcenter.net or at 201 North Main Street in Mount Vernon and find us on social media. The Living Center is a Levering Management senior apartment community.
Friday night lights, packed stands, and our hometown team taking the field. It doesn't get much better than that.
Except maybe a shopping spree at Dean's Jewelry.
Well, okay, you got me there, Mom.
Sorry, Cole. Couldn't resist. Please continue.
At Dean's Jewelry, we're proud to support our local high school athletes. Their hard work, dedication, and commitment to their team. So play hard, play together, and have a great season.
We'll be cheering you on.
Dean's Jewelry, family-owned, community-driven, and proud to support our hometown team.
It's Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube as Highland connected first at 7:53 to go in the first quarter. It is 7-0 over the Freddies. That was the first offensive series. They put 7 points on the board. Now the Freddies get their opportunity as Highland's getting set to tee it up and kick off here for the Freddies' first opportunity on offense.
Yeah, we'll see how these Freddies respond. Sometimes it takes getting hit in the mouth a little bit on that first drive to motivate you and put you into action there. So we'll see what the coach has as far as play calls go, how these boys execute, and getting ready for the kickoff here to start the first offensive drive for the Freddies.
And Josh McAvoy will be doing the kicking here for the Scots. The kick is short and going to be bobbled a little bit there, and finally falling down on the ball is number 24, Parker Saunders. So just kind of misread that and misgauged it and got by him, and he did the smart thing. He just kind of dropped on it.
Yep, that pushes the Freddies back to about the 18-yard line to start their first drive. See how they respond here to the early deficit.
Tonight's game brought to you by Alumni Roofing, Ariel Corporation, Griffin Insurance, LPT Realty Agent Mike Pillow, People's Bank of Gambier, Velvet Ice Cream, and Danville Outdoors. As the Freddies go with kind of a no huddle, and once again they're smashing it up just like they did last year. And Ashcraft will be the quarterback up under center. It kind of confused the defense a little bit. He does pitch it out to the right, and he is met and handled right at the line of scrimmage by Kane Stover.
Yeah, Kane's pretty good at that. He has a lot of experience, a lot of years of playing high school football to be able to read those gaps and hit the running back right in the hole.
So Dickerson and Parker are the running backs. You're going to see them kind of bunched up there right at the line of scrimmage for Ashcraft. So it depends. They kind of misdirect a little bit. Fake right, go left. They pitch it to left, pitch it to right. So kind of fun to watch. You got to watch closely, though, because they're really smashed in there. And looks like Ashcraft fumbled the ball. He did. And the ball was recovered right at the 20-yard line.
Yep, Highland takes over on the 20-yard line of the Freddies, not far from the end zone here. That is definitely not how you want to start your first offensive series for the Freddies. A little bit of shell shock here early on in the first quarter.
I think that's one of the dangers when you're so close with the line of scrimmage, and you take the snap. You're so close to everybody. If you get knocked by an elbow, which I think that might have happened, you're going to mishandle the ball. And now the Scots have an opportunity with 7:13 to go, put another 7 points on the board.
Yeah, Coach Spittler said that he thinks that their strength starts and ends with all of their returning starters. So there's a lot of experience coming back this year for the Freddies. Let's see how they respond to that mistake.
Well, here come the Scots. Howell's going to be far to the far side. We got Schmidt here, and now we've got a timeout on the field. So we're going to take a timeout. You're listening to the Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
MVNU online students are everywhere. Working parents, full-time employees, people chasing goals without giving up what matters most.
I'm good.
Yeah, go ahead and grab one while you're at that. That's fine. I'll probably need it eventually. Then I'll need a bathroom eventually. Good job, man.
So far, so good.
Flexible online programs fit your schedule.
All right, we're going to do some one here.
Purpose, your goals, your faith, your future. Start today at mvnu.edu/online. At Knox Community.
And welcome back to the Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. And, the first offensive series for the Freddies. They mishandled, fumbled the ball, and Highlands got it back with the ball sitting right at the 20-yard line with 7:13 here in the first quarter. And once again, Howell split way far to the far side, and that is Doherty here to the near side. They pitch it back. That's Nick Hinkle. He runs the ball. Great job. Gets up to about the 10 and across to the 9-yard line.
Yep. Short field just got a lot shorter. First and goal for the Highland Scots here. Looks like a penalty flag as well after the play was over.
Well, puts them in there nice and tight and close inside the red zone. Red zone brought to you by New Direction Shelter of Knox County. We'll see what Highland's able to do with this. We'll see what the flag is first. I think there's a little, I saw the official doing one of these. Maybe there's a little extra chattering going on. I'm not really sure, but they're got to figure it out. It is against Highland, so they're going to march them back a little bit.
Looks like maybe a sideline infraction. I couldn't tell from the official here.
Yeah, well, it takes them out of the red zone.
Takes them all the way back to the 23-yard line. First and goal from the 23-yard line, so that's a long way to go. But Highland has been pretty efficient in moving the ball.
So the officials are going to gather and have a short meeting at the 25-yard line. Once again, I do want to thank Country Court Skilled Nursing Center, Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumber, the Living Center Senior Apartments, Marengo Hardware, Knox County Veteran Services, Buckeye Stoves and Buckeye Roofing, Schaefer Industries, K&S Towing and Repair, Knox Community Hospital, and Dean's Jewelry, all helping us out here to make this broadcast possible. And, of course, Mount Vernon Nazarene University and Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. So, first game of the season, have a mishap offensively with the Freddies, you know, a little nervous. You're going to see that in this first game, just like we're seeing the officials. They're trying to figure out what the call was and figure out where the ball is going to be placed, I think.
Yeah, it's early in the season. You got to give them a little bit of grace. I think maybe even the chain gang there is trying to figure things out. So it looks like it might be 1st and 10, not 1st and goal from the 23. Now that the officials have met and discussed it, thought maybe it was a dead ball play after the foul, so that play didn't necessarily count. They're just resetting everything, and it will be, looks to be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of the Fredericktown Freddies.
Running the play in will be Hayden Moore once again to Schmidt. So those are your key players. Schmidt there at quarterback, Moore wide receiver coming split to the near side, and then you got Howell to the far side. Setting up to the left of Schmidt will be Nick Hinkle at the running back. So he's going to take the snap and hands it to Hinkle, gets to the 25, and then knocked out of bounds right around the 22-yard line.
A little bit of production on that play. Again, the Freddies, if they're doing one thing well so far, it's sealing that edge. They're not giving up the big run around the edge. They've had some problems there containing in the middle and the 3 and 5 gaps, but there at the edge, it seemed to be containing well.
Well, first game of a Friday night. Great crowd, both sides of the field. Pretty full here. Concessions looked pretty delicious earlier. I know you had your brat.
Yep, had my hot dog for the game and ready to go.
And up to the line of scrimmage they come. How far to the far side of the field. And then you have Doherty here. And then they're going to toss it to the left to number 9. That's Kane Stover around to the 10 and 15. And he punches it in. Touchdown. Once again for the Scots. And we do have a penalty flag sitting here right around the 28-yard line. But I don't think it's going to be on Highland.
No, number 55 for Highland got his helmet knocked off there after the play, so I think this one's probably going to be on the Freddies. That was a little bit different look, different formation for the Scots there, and I don't think the Freddies were ready for it. Stover moved around to the outside and caught the pass and was able to move down the field pretty easily.
So they're going to figure out, I mean, really, it's you just decline the penalty, right? And get the extra point and move on.
Unless you want to go for 2.
Yeah. So they're huddled up on the sideline. Basically, the Scots are. They're just kind of hanging out. The officials are congregating right at the 14-yard line, right after they put in 6 points for a touchdown, making it, well, we'll see what happens, 13-0. But
scoreboard hasn't changed yet, so we'll see what it's all about here. I really enjoy these games. Beginning of the season, this is a pretty storied rivalry here. Two towns real close to one another. They've played for years and years and years. Though they're in completely different divisions, Highland being Division 4, Fredericktown being Division 6, sometimes that becomes lopsided. But this has been a competitive rivalry throughout many years that I've been coming to these games.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch for sure. So, I mean, the officials hold the ball right at the 21, 22-yard line. So I'm not sure if it's going to be maybe on Highland, going to push them back and no more touchdown.
I'd be interested to see what the call actually was there because it was the Highland player that had his helmet knocked off.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll let them figure it out. You're listening to the Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on the chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital. For more information, visit kch.org.
Well, I think we've got it all figured out. What was it?
Turns out it was holding during the play on the Highland Scots and then a personal foul after the play. So the touchdown does not count. We reset here. Highland gets about 5 yards on the offsetting penalties, it looks like. So they're going to be at about the 17-yard line, 2nd and 4 to go.
All right. There we go. That took a while, but we got it all figured out here. 6:28 to go here in the first quarter. Relatively slow quarter, it seems like, with all the different penalties and stoppages. But here comes the Scots up to the line of scrimmage. Schmidt's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it right off, right up the middle. Nick Hinkle, he's going to carry a few defenders with him as well. And then finally, the whistle was blown. A helmet comes flying off.
Boy, that pile moved about 5 yards after the initial contact. 3 or 4 different Freddies in on the tackle, and he just kept driving his legs to pick up that first down. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
So now they're back now into the red zone. They were in, they got out, now they're back in. So it's always great. Brought to you by New Direction Seltzer of Knox County. Bringing the ball in, or the call in. There's more. Schmidt getting the commands ready to go. And here we come. More here to the near side, and over to the far side will be Hudson Howell. And Schmidt's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it right off the middle. That is, once again, Stover hit at the line of scrimmage, and maybe, I don't know, might have squeaked out a yard or two.
Yeah, Freddy's did a good job of plugging the hole there. 3 or 4 of them came in right at the line of scrimmage, made contact with the running back, and did not let him gain too much. So it looks like it's going to be 2nd and goal now from about the 7.5-yard line.
Well, the strategy of making them go into the sun was great, but there's got some cloud cover, so it hasn't been too effective. It's a pretty nice evening. It's kind of cooled things down a little bit. But here comes the Scots to the line of scrimmage. Howell over to the far side there. Here near side will be Doherty. Schmidt at quarterback. He's going to take the snap. We got a yellow flag once again. It's going to be on the defense.
Offsides on the Freddies.
Into the neutral zone, so going to get a little closer now.
Be probably a half the distance to the goal penalty there. It's going to take them inside the 5-yard line down to about the 3.5. 2nd and goal from there.
Well, they've been successful with the snap, handing it off to Stover or Hinkle right up the middle, so we'll see what happens. Just under 5 minutes to play. Schmitz will take the snap. He's going to hand it off right up the middle is Hinkle, and he gets in for a touchdown.
That second effort, driving those legs. He never gave up on the play, was able to carry a couple Freddies with him into the end zone. And I'll tell you what, Highland has done a great job of burning up the clock here in the first quarter.
All right, we're going to see if this works. Okay, Ross, replay. Let's check it out. All right, that's not the right button. We're going to figure it out, though.
So it looks like the Scots are lining up for their extra point attempt here.
So that is McAvoy. Punch this in for 1, and he does. So there you have her. 4:44 to go, first quarter of play. It is 14-0, Scots on top.
Hey there, trendsetters. Stop into Hinkle's Marengo Hardware on 20 South Main Street in Marengo for your hardware accessories and supplies. Projects don't stand a chance when you start here. From pellet fuel to quality seed, it doesn't matter what the season brings, you will be ready. Hinkle's Marengo Hardware would like to say
I was trying to get Gary to tell me what button is the replay button, but
on Facebook, closed Sundays only. Call and stop by to Hinkle's
I remember watching the video, something about marking it, but I just...
Come see our new paint area, open now.
Knox County Veteran Services has been dedicated to serving our veterans for over 40 years. I'm Executive Director Kevin Henthorn.
And I'm Alan Huffman, your office coordinator.
Our mission is to assist veterans and their families in filing for service-connected disability, wartime pension programs, and VA healthcare enrollment.
We provide free transportation to VA healthcare appointments, as well as emergency financial assistance and numerous other benefits. Stop in and see us at 105 East Chestnut Street, or give us a call at 740-393-6742.
And never forget, you are not alone.
Looking for a career with great pay, great hours, and a great team? Schaefer Driveline has opportunities ready for you. We're hiring assemblers for first and second shift, and you'll love our
No
4-day
replays, week
work
one.
week. Starting pay is $18 an hour, with increases after 90 and 180 days. You'll work in our climate-controlled assembly floor. We also offer medical, dental, and vision coverage, along with a 401k match. Visit SchaeferDriveline.com and apply online today. Schaefer Driveline, driven by quality, powered by people.
And welcome back, Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'm Ron Strong along with Ross Carter. And Scott's up 14-0 here in the first quarter of play.
Little extracurricular activity after the extra point there. It's going to bump the Scots back 15 yards on this kickoff, so maybe give the Freddies a little bit of an opportunity for decent field position as they are preparing for the kickoff. The Scots are going to have to kick off from the 25-yard line after that penalty.
All right, looking at the Freddies, deep back for the Freddies. It's going to be Cash Parker here to the near side. Over there, far side there, deep back will be Caden Gibson. And then you're going to see Parker Saunders also, your 3 deep back.
All right, we're going to see here how the Freddies handle this kickoff. Hopefully get this one on the fly and maybe move it forward down the field just a little bit. Last time they struggled a little bit on that kickoff, fumbled it just a little bit, but were able to fall on top of it and started a little deep in their own territory.
Back going on to kick off for the Scots.
All right, here we go. Everybody's lined up and in place. The kick is up and away. And it's taken right at by Lakin Hunter and gets across midfield. And he's finally brought down. So they're going to have excellent field position. The ball on the 46-yard line.
It was caught by the up man there. He went back a few steps to grab it. Wasn't a very deep kick at all. Early in the season, kicking game is one of those things that can make or break a team. How deep you bury the other team on their own side of the field really plays into those drives and getting them started. This might give the Freddies a spark and get them motivated to get into the end zone.
All right, here we go with the Freddies. It'll be Ashcraft at the quarterback position. And then you're going to see Dickerson to the near side here, and probably Dickerson, and then you have Parker lined up directly behind Ashcraft. There's Ashcraft with the snap. He's going to keep the ball around the right, across the 40, and he's finally dropped down right around the 37, 36-yard line. So a nice little run there by Ashcraft.
About a 9-yard gain, definitely the most positive play for the Freddies so far. The Scots are putting 5 guys up in the box trying to contain that tight Freddy formation, closing all those gaps. They got a couple linebackers behind that are trying to shoot as well, seeing what they can do to stop the Freddies and from gaining any momentum.
So Cash Parker, he's going to be slot here to the near side. Once again, Ashcraft is the quarterback, and right behind him it's going to be Dickerson. Takes the snap, handoff, right up the middle. There he goes, across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Nice run there by C.J. Dickerson.
Yeah, I believe CJ is just a sophomore this year, so he's got a few years ahead of him still, getting some experience early on in the season here with the Freddies.
So first down, 10-yard to go, ball to 34. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. It's going to be Cash Parker. He split out wide to the right side. Come here to the near side will be C.J. Dickerson. They all look at their wrists trying to figure out what play's being called. That shotgun will be Ashcraft. They're all in agreement on the play.
Not real wide on that wide receiver. Everything's always tight into the middle there with the Freddies.
There was the fake. Ashcraft kept the ball, maybe squeaked out a yard or two. It'll be second down for the Freddies.
About 9 yards to go. Freddies aren't going to be throwing a whole lot, I don't think. I think it's going to be a lot of options, a lot of runs, quarterback keepers. They might mix in the occasional pass, but last year I know they were pretty stingy on how many times they threw the ball.
Absolutely. They all eyeballing the coach on the sidelines. Then they check their wristbands, and here we go. Second down, 9 yards to go. Ashcraft positioned right around the 38-yard line. Behind Carson Clutter, center for the Freddies. In motion. Hands off. Nope, fake. Ashcraft keeps the ball. Across the 35 and taken down at the 33, 34-yard line.
Yeah, definitely didn't pick anything up there. Defense read that play well. They saw it coming a mile away. There were about 3 guys streaming to the ball untouched. So the quarterback there didn't have a whole lot of possibility of gaining a whole lot of yards.
So third down and long for the Freddies. Might actually see a passing opportunity. Most teams would do that.
About 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Here we go, Ashcraft. Oh, bobbles the snap again, and it's on the ground. And now there's a 2 down, so he did recover it. But, yeah, boy, mishandling that snap, that's the second time we've seen that.
Yep, fell right on it. Fortunately, this time Highland didn't have a chance to jump on the ball, but that buries them back. Now it's 4th and 12 from the 35-yard line. So it's either go for it or hope to punt and pin Highland deep in their own zone here.
So this is going to be a go for it. Griffin Garver is out far to the far side there, along with Cash Parker. Ashcraft at quarterback. So here we go. 1:20 to go here. First quarter of play. Ashcraft calling out the signals. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Roll to the right. Finds a hole. Cuts it back through. Nice play. And wow, real close to a first down, and I think he got it.
That's going to be real close. It was that second effort, and he did pick it up by about 6 inches. So the Freddies keep their drive alive. It was a gutsy call there on 4th and long. It wasn't too far from midfield. If they'd have turned it over, Highland wouldn't have had that far to go.
Definitely a play the Freddies needed tonight. They haven't had too many positive things happen when the 3rd and longs, but boy, that really energized the offense. I'm sure. Less than a minute to go here, first quarter of play.
Sometimes that 4th down play bumps the adrenaline up a little bit, gives you a little extra motivation.
Ashcraft, the snap, hands the ball off. Nice handoff there, number 32, and of course that is C.J. Dickerson.
Stumbled a little bit there as he hit the line, but was able to pick up a few yards once he regained his balance.
You know, this is an offense, too. When you get that running game going, you could really wear a defense down.
Yeah, it's 3rd, 4th quarter. If they keep running these same plays, just pound in the middle of that defensive line, they might have a little success. Even if they're down a couple scores here in the first half of the game. Freddies last year put up a lot of points in the second half.
All right, they're going to let the clock run out here and end the first quarter of play. Once again, the Highland Scots 14, the Fredericktown Freddies 0. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Hi, it's Whitney from Danville Outdoors, the destination for folks across the region who live for the woods and the water. Our store in Danville has the best selection around, so stock up on everything from deer feed to practice targets. When that 10-point buck finally steps into range, you'll be ready. Before you go outdoors, come in and see us at Danville Outdoors. You're going to love our brand new building, South Market Street in Danville, DanvilleOutdoors.com.
End your job search today. Aerial Corporation, with locations in Mount Vernon, Newark, and Akron, is hiring machinists and multi-craft maintenance technicians for our production teams. We are also looking for mechanics to join our assembly team. If you're seeking a change, come experience our 3- and 4-day full-time work weeks, excellent benefits, training opportunities, and profit-sharing bonuses. Apply now at aerialcorp.com. That's ARIELCORP.com.
Welcome back, Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'm Ron Strong along with Ross Carter. Week 1, high school football. Highland put 14 points on the board pretty quickly. Freddies are moving the ball, and they are just 22 yards away from their first score of the game.
Yeah, Highland did a great job there controlling the clock in that first quarter. We'll see if the Freddies can make a dent here at the beginning of the second.
Ashcraft up under center, Hannah right behind him. He's going to pitch off, and then they're going to do a little reverse, and that went backwards. Nowhere, no real estate at all. Cash Parker had nowhere to go but backwards.
Getting a little fancy on that play and end up losing 2 yards here. So that brings up third down and almost 13 for the Freddies as they're moving towards the end zone here on the west side of the field.
This broadcast brought to you by Dean's Jewelry, Knox County Community Hospital, K&S Towing and Repair, Schaefer Industries, Buckeye Stoves and Buckeye Roofing, Knox County Veteran Services. Third down and 13 for the Freddies. Ashcraft about 3 yards back behind center. He's going to take that snap. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to cut it up and had a hole there briefly before being brought down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, gained a few there, brings up fourth down here and about 7 or 8 yards. I imagine the Freddies are probably going to go for it again here since they went on 4th and 13 just a few minutes ago.
More great sponsors: Knox County Veteran Services, Marengo Hardware, the Living Center Senior Apartments, Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumber, and Country Court Skilled Nursing Center, along with Danville Outdoors, Velvet Ice Cream, People's Bank of Gambier, LPT Realty Agent Mike Pillow, Griffith Insurance, Ariel Corporation, Alumni Roofing, New Directions Shelter of Knox County, and of course, Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Expert DIYer, rookie renovator, get all the stuff you'll need from people who know how to use it at
I think I've read those about twice, didn't I, already?
You'll find everything from commercial and custom feed to paint.
No more. They've had enough.
If
No, I'm
you're
just
not
kidding.
quite sure what you need, these friendly folks are happy to help. Grab your list of projects and come on down to the bigger, better Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumberyard, all in one building on South Market Street in Danville.
And it's Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. It is 4th down, 8 yards to go for the Freddies. The ball sitting at the 22-yard line. And Ashcraft, bobbles the snap once again. It has nothing to do but land on it and turning the ball over.
Boy, that's going to drive a coach nuts. He burns a timeout to make sure he had the right play in, and make sure everybody was on the same page. Then they fumble the ball and lose 4 yards. them into Freddie territory for sure, unless they call it offsetting penalties, but I didn't see anything from the Highland Scots that would indicate that.
Dead ball, personal foul on the Freddy.
Well, this is week 1, folks, and boy, we get to. Oh,
they did call it on both of them.
Wow,
that didn't make the hometown crowd very happy.
No, so yeah, what happened? They got the late hit. They were going to call the penalty, but then the sideline got a little irritated, and that's where they got the second penalty. So yeah, they. All right, 1st and 10. We got that all figured out, I think.
Still in Freddie territory here on about the 47-yard line.
All right, Schmidt once again taking the snap, fakes it, hands it back off to Doherty. He's got plenty of room. Look at him around the 30 to the 25. Finally taken out.
He's got some speed for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like more laundry on the field.
Not sure if that's a penalty or just marking the, yeah, I think it's, yeah, if they're going to mark it back something. I didn't see what the call was.
It was right at the end of the play.
If it was a hold or something like that, but we'll find out here soon enough. Seemed like all of a sudden this game has come to a screeching halt.
Yes. First quarter went by pretty quick. It looks like another dead ball penalty.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Scots.
Ooh. They're shooting themselves in the foot on this drive. They've had a couple opportunities to gain some yards on penalties and on big plays, and it seems like every time they do, that yellow flag comes right back out on the turf. I just said I hadn't seen too many. Now we have them 3 plays in a row.
Takes them all the way back to the 39-yard line. So, yep, it's a long way to go now. But they'll regroup and bring it back in here with Howell bringing the play into Schmidt. And Howell comes into the near side here, and over the far side will be Hayden Moore. And Schmidt, and set up to the left of him, will be Doherty. They're going to hand it off to Stover, and he doesn't have anywhere to go. Hit at the 45-yard line. I think they're going to mark it right at the 45.
About 4 or 5 Freddies converged on him there in the backfield. He was slow developing on that play, and it gave the defense time to bust through the gaps and hit him in the backfield.
Brings up 2nd down now for the Scots.
About 2nd and 16 to go. 9 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Going split out to the far sides, Hayden Moore. That is Howell here to the near side. Once again, Schmidt, and then Stover set up to the right side of Schmidt in the backfield. Or, excuse me, that's going to be Hinkle. But now there's just nowhere to go. Brought down pretty quick was Howell.
Completed pass. The defender there didn't have a great time tackling him. Spun him around a few times before they finally whistled the play dead. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 15 now.
Now we just keep the officials trying to fix. I think the ball touched about 3 or 4 different officials before they could finally place the ball.
Freddie's defense looks like they're getting set. Plays coming in to the Highland Scots offense.
All right, more far out to the far side there, and we got Howell here to the near side along with Hinkle. Snap goes back to Schmidt, looks up close, and he finds his man. That is Stover, but the Freddies also found him right there at the 43-yard line.
No gain on that one. The Freddies sent an edge rusher there for a blitz coming from the shotgun package, a little different look from the Scots. Freddies put a little bit of pressure on. He was still able to get rid of the ball fairly quickly, but no place to go with it.
So it brings up 4th down. Looks like the Scots are going to punt away and put the Freddies deeper into their territory.
This will be the first punt of the game.
And doing the punting is Josh McAvoy. The kicker, the punter. There's a snap back, low, picks it up, kicks it, and it's going to be, I don't know if that was a really smart play, but luckily for Diesel Bueller, that hit him and went out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies.
Yeah, it went forward. I don't know if they'll give him the forward momentum on that fumble or not, or where he first touched it. What a great name for a football player, though. Diesel B. Healer.
Yeah. Probably just want to be known as Diesel.
Yeah. All right, Freddies are moving back onto offense here. About 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. They're hoping to drive down the field and put some points on the board before the half. Nobody likes to go into halftime with a 0 on the scoreboard.
No, they did a really good job offensive last time. Then they got held up there a little bit, but they did get the ball moving like they like to do. We'll see if they can do it again. Ashcraft will be real close, tucked up under center, along with every single running back, it looks like. Pinch back to 21. That's Cash Parker. He nuzzled about 2, maybe about a yard or 2.
Looks like they're going to give him 2 on that carry. But, boy, you're right, man. From one end of the line to the other, there can't be 10 yards, and all those players are packed in there for the Fredericktown offense.
And I can understand defensively. It's just got to be a nightmare to try to figure out where the ball's going and who's going to have it.
Yep, your gap assignments are definitely a little different when you're playing a team that runs this type of offense.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in, watching us here at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. Here they all gathering inside once again. Ashcraft, he's going to fake a pitch to the right. Now he's going to toss it over. With the catch is Parker Saunders. Got the ball in the backfield, and then he spins, gets across the 30 and close to the 34-yard line. Just a hair shy of a first down.
Well, it was a nice spin move there. A little unexpected. I thought he was going down with very little gain. Did that little spin move, kind of Madden Xbox move there, and ended up getting 6 more yards out of it.
So a third down and a yard or 2. Six minutes to go here. Second quarter of play. Freddies, the snap, the pitch back, the right side. Great run. With the run number 24, that is Parker Saunders once again. Gets over to the 37, 38-yard line. Moves the chains, first down.
Had a pretty nice hole there that he hit. He didn't hesitate before he started going north-south.
Just a reminder, get those 50-50 raffle tickets.
So just under 6 minutes ago, second quarter of play. Tonight's game always brought to you by Alumni Roofing, Aerial Corporation, Griffin Insurance, LPT, Realty Agent Mike Pillow, People's Bank of Gambier, Velvet Ice Cream, Danville Outdoors. Appreciate everybody helping us out. Freddy's going up under center. Ashcraft looking over the defense. He's going to take the snap in motion. That's number 19 who gets the pitch. Adian Ebersol, and gets up right across the 45, 46-yard line.
Gain of 6 yards there. Moon's making an appearance here in the sky. The sun is set now. Temperature's coming down a little bit. I'm sure the Highland players are happy about that and those black jerseys on this AstroTurf.
Oh, my goodness, yes. We were talking about that before we went on. The cheerleaders were smart. They got their white ones. They got the white uniforms, and the players are going all black. Got some different characters in there now for the Freddies. Ebersol was one of them who made the carry the last play. He goes in motion. He's going to get the pitch. Coming around. Nice run. Gets stood up by Kane Stover. Looks like the official's going to mark him right at about the 48.5-yard line. Just shy of the first down, or was that a first down?
I think they're going to be about 6 inches shy from the look of things.
Give it to him.
Yeah, they did. I'll tell you what, Stover has been all over the field on offense and defense tonight. He's been doing a great job finding the gaps, hitting the tackles there, and working hard on offense as well.
So the Freddies, not only do they move the ball, they move the clock too, because, man, they do not throw the ball much. Ashcraft and the entire running backs right in there, hot and heavy, coming in motion, taking the pitch to the right side, and then hit immediately. That was Parker Saunders with the ball, and I think it was Stover with the tackle.
Again. Yep, he was right there on that ball. Read that play as soon as it left the quarterback's hand.
So in and out the plays they go. Second down and 10.
Freddies are up against the clock here now. It's 4 minutes, and like you said, they don't throw the ball much, so the running plays just eat that clock up.
Coming to the line of scrimmage, tucked in there. Once again, we've got Cash Parker. C.J. Dickerson, Ashcraft, and then number 40, Reese Hannon in motion. And with the pitch, that's Cash Parker going around the left side. Found a hole, another spin move, gets him close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard shy.
Boy, Reese Hannon had a nice block on that. That opened that lane for him to get around the outside. Again, that spin move picked him up a couple extra yards.
Clock continues to move here on a 3rd down and 1. You know, when the Freddies are moving the ball like that, they look good. I mean, getting some good blocks, finding the holes, getting some yardage. See what happens now with Ashcraft. Now we have a penalty. I think it's offside on a little fake move there by Ashcraft. I think his tone pulled him offside.
For sure, but that gives the Freddies a fresh set of downs here. Moves them down inside the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock continues to run here, 2:52 in the 2nd quarter.
Once again, Highland scored quickly in the 1st quarter, got their 14 points. Been kind of nothing happening since then. Freddy's now with the ball, coming up on 2 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Ashcraft bobbling that snap once again, was forced to tuck it and basically lose about a yard or two.
Yeah, that was a blown-up play for sure. They didn't execute what they were supposed to there. Fortunately, the quarterback was able to keep his hands on it and only lost a couple yards. Brings up 2nd and about 12.
I don't know whether he's pulling back from the center, too quickly, where he's not really connected with that snap, because that's 2nd, 3rd time that's happened tonight. The first 2, he lost the ball. That time he was able to recover. Now he's in the shotgun all alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it up the left side, across the 30, close to a first down, but he's going to be about a yard or 2 shy.
Well, it was a nice play. He hesitated just a minute, let that hole open up, and then shot right through it. Picked up about 9 or 10 yards there, but it's now 3rd down and 1 for the Freddies.
This is where I think Freddies, because of the offense that they run, they have a hard time moving quickly. But now here they go. Parker with the pitch back. He's got it. He's going to get a first down across the 25, right down about the 24.
So that stops the clock for just a minute here as the flags reset to first down here. But as soon as the ball's set, that clock starts running again. Looks like we got a timeout now on the field. Highland calling the timeout.
And we'll call a timeout. You're listening and watching Mount Vernon Nazarene University's Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Alumni Roofing is a full-service commercial roofing contractor providing commercial and industrial roofing solutions. Located in Lexington, Ohio, providing service to much of North Central Ohio, including the greater metropolitan areas of Columbus, Cleveland, and Akron. Preventive maintenance program, roof health assessment, storm damage assessment, roof replacement, roof restoration, and more. Call 419-884-9715 and mention this ad to receive a free thermal scan and a full roof health assessment.
Go, Freddies, go! This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. We are the cozy way to save. We invite you to stop by our showroom on State Route 95 in Fredericktown to see live burning wood, pellet, and gas displays. We can help you find the perfect alternative heating source to meet your needs. Buckeye Stoves, we will bring that heat. Good luck to all the local teams. BuckeyeStoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
All righty. Thanks for watching Mount Vernon Nazarene University's Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. We have got a 1st and 10, but time is slowly dwindling down. 1:26 here. The Freddies with the ball, yet to score. Now, if they score, they get the ball, start a second half again, too. So it could make it a very interesting second half start. But right now, there's this kind of focus on trying to get some points on the board this first half. And Ashcraft is back about 4 yards, takes the snap. He's going to keep the ball, run to the left, and gets tripped up right around the 20-yard line.
I think the Freddies were in the neutral zone before the ball was snapped on that one. There is a flag on the play. So we'll see what they end up calling here. That running back, I think, cut upward before the ball was ever snapped. Yep, illegal motion.
Called the week 1. What do you want to call them? There's a name for us. So. But, yeah, it's that week 1. They don't get preseason except for some scrimmages.
Yep.
So
So Freddies are now 1st and 15, a minute 21 left. They do have 2 timeouts left on the clock, so we'll see how their clock management works throughout the rest of this first half.
Clock is running. 1st and 15. Ashcraft takes the snap, pitches back. Then we got Parker taking it to the left side, and he is hit and knocked out of bounds. Stops the clock.
Well, if there's one benefit to that play, it's it stopped the clock. Lost a couple yards there. It's going to end up being 2nd and about 15 yards here from the 29-yard line of the Highland Scots.
Got both bands getting ready to do their performances at halftime. Always fun to watch the marching band. I think it's like Hawaiian. I see some of the students down there in the student end zone section wearing Hawaiian shirts, so it must be a theme going on.
I didn't get the memo.
I didn't either. Ashcraft, about 4 yards back. He's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to look to throw the ball, and he does connect. That's number 7, Lakin Hunter. Catches the ball right at the 20-yard line.
That's only the 1st or 2nd pass the Freddies have thrown tonight. Looks like they're going to call timeout to stop the clock here.
All right. More sponsors. We'd like to thank Country Court Skilled Nursing Center, Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumber, the Living Center Senior Apartments, Marengo, Marengo Hardware, Knox County Veteran Services, Buckeye Stoves and Buckeye Roofing, Schaefer Industries, K&S Towing and Repair, Knox Community Hospital, Dean's Jewelry. So we do appreciate everybody for helping us out and participating with our Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube, brought to you by Mount Vernon Nazarene University. So we'll be here each and every Friday through the season. And, of course, we'll be following probably into the playoffs. I think last year, the furthest I went was Cleveland. So
yeah,
get ready, Ross. We'll have a good time.
Tell you what, the Freddies are trying their best to manage this clock. The problem with calling the timeout here, it lets Highland catch their breath, too.
It does. So here, we were talking, too, during some of the commercial breaks that were going on. I think during some of these timeouts, the officials are letting them go a little longer just so the guys can get some water because it's still warm out. Especially you put all those pads on, you put a helmet on you, and it gets warm, so giving them an extra water break as well.
80 degrees at the start of the game time this evening. 52 seconds left here.
All right, Ashcraft up under center. That's Hannon right behind him. And he's going to fake a pitch, looking downfield, looking to the left. Now he's going to roll, tuck, and run. And he's going to get to about the 20, and just nothing there. Really right back to the line of scrimmage. I think he didn't even get out of bounds, so clock still runs.
Could not get out of bounds. Brings up 4th down. So what are the Freddies going to do? They're going to call their last timeout.
All right. We'll come back to see what these 34 seconds look like right after this on Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube, brought to you by Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court is a Levering Management Skilled Nursing Center.
And here we are. Welcome back here. Covert Stadium here at Highland High School. Timeout was called, 34 seconds here in the second quarter, and the Freddies just trying to get some points on the board before going in at halftime. Now they will get the ball as they got deferred to the second half. So here's Ashcraft trying to make something happen. Takes a snap, hands it off. Coming to the right side. Now we got a penalty on a play, and that's going to come back. I think it's going to be a holding on number 7 there. And unfortunately, Lakin Hunter making that opening right and big and wide. That usually happens when you're holding.
Yep. Got it in the end zone. I knew they were going to have to bring something to the outside because they're out of timeouts. So either get to the sidelines, get the first down, hopefully get it in the end zone, which they did, but only by holding.
Yep. So they're going to rewind it and try to figure out another play. I don't believe they have any more timeouts, so they got to go with what they got.
Yep, that's going to make it about 4th and 15, I think, at that point. And they got about one shot, I think, here to get it into the end zone.
They really do. And, they've had one passing play which didn't look very good. It just didn't. So, which is probably why we see a lot of running from the Freddies, but they're going to have to reel something out.
When you don't practice throwing the ball in practice, it becomes real hard to do it in a game-type situation. So here we go, 4th down. The crowd's really getting into it.
So Dickerson and Parker are the running backs. Ashcraft up under center, and then you have number 44. That is Hannon, or number 40, I'm sorry, Reese Hannon. He's tucked in there as well. So Ashcraft is going to keep it and go to the left and hope he's got a big wide opening. And unfortunately, he was taken down right around the 25-yard line. And with no more timeouts, we might just see this clock run down and wrap up this second quarter.
Yep, Scots will take over with 19 seconds. I don't know that they'll run a play other than maybe just kneeling the ball. You never know, though. Sometimes when things are least expected, they'll pop one down the field and put 7 more on the scoreboard. This would be your time if you have a trick play you want to bust out early in the season. Be a great time to do it.
Good time to practice, right?
Scott's back out on the field. Offensive line getting set.
With 19 seconds here, and it looks like they're just going to tuck up under and take a knee and go in at halftime with a 14-0 lead. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So we come to the end of our first half of play. The Highland Scots with a 14-0 lead over the Fredericktown Freddies. Freddies will get the ball to start the second half, but until then, we'll take it back. We'll get ready for some marching band action here from Gopher Stadium. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
At K&S Towing and Repair, we're your hometown stop for quality fuel, fast, friendly towing service, and dependable auto repair with a combined 69 years experience. Whether you're filling up your tank or your belly with our great breakfast and lunch options, fixing up your ride, or getting a tow, count on the people who live and work right here in our community at the Fredericktown Marathon and K&S Towing and Repair. Stop in today at 1739 Zolman Road or call 740-694-5021.
Everyone deserves to feel safe, respected, and supported. If you or someone you care about is experiencing domestic violence, sexual assault, or human trafficking, New Directions is here. Our free and confidential services include emergency shelter, advocacy, safety planning, and connections to resources, all centered around your needs. Call or text New Directions 24/7 crisis hotline at 740-397-4357. Help is available. New Directions provides resources for safety, healing, and freedom here in Knox County.
We open tonight's halftime show with a high-energy crowd favorite we've all heard on the dance floor. Here's Walk the Moon smash hit, Shut Up and Dance. part is a throwback that's all about being young and having fun. Here's Whitney Houston's I Wanna Dance with Somebody. To close out tonight's show, the Fredericktown Band brings us a familiar hit that captures what it feels like to get in line and do your dance. Get on your feet as the band plays Cupid's famous hit, Cupid Shuffle. the incredible Fredericktown High School Marching Band!
At the Living Center in Mount Vernon, we provide active, carefree, and secure senior living. Our on-site restaurant and salon mean no more battling Mother Nature to enjoy a meal and feel and look good. Give us a call at 740-397-3897, visit us at thelivingcenter.net, or at 201 North Main Street in Mount Vernon and find us on social media. The Living Center is a Levering Management senior apartment community.
Highland Marching Scots! Straight from District 14, they're led on the field by Madison Shelley and Allie Waters, and under the direction of Amy Arnett Thomasek, Heather Faulkner, Logan Denman, and Aubrey Lovely. Let the 2026 games begin! Tonight, the Marching Scots unveil their contest show, The Arena. Composed by Jeff Chambers, with drill forged by Sean Bradley, this production rises straight out of the Capitol itself, based on Susan Collins' Hunger Games franchise. Let's meet tonight's tribute and soloist. Nick Carpenter, trumpet. Rachel Jacobson, alto sax. Jackson Thompson, alto sax. Bryce Fournay, alto sax. Kirsten Mullins, tenor sax. Jackson Schwartz, snare. Olivia Smith, snare. Brianna Sinsley, guard. Echo Sanders, guard. And Bella Hendershot, guard. May the odds be ever in your favor. Let the games begin.
Gentlemen, the time has come for us to select one courageous young man and woman for the honor of representing. Let the games begin. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May the odds be ever in your favor. Hope is the only thing stronger than fear.
Well done, victors. The arena has
Friday night
spoken.
lights, packed stands, and our hometown team taking the field. It doesn't get much better than that.
Except maybe a shopping spree at Dean's Jewelry.
Well, okay, you got me there, Mom.
Sorry, Cole. Couldn't resist. Please continue.
At Dean's Jewelry, we're proud to support our local high school athletes. Their hard work, dedication, and commitment to their team. So play hard, play together, and have a great season.
We'll be cheering you on.
Dean's Jewelry, family-owned, community-driven, and proud to support our hometown team.
MVNU online students are everywhere. Working parents, full-time employees, people chasing goals without giving up what matters most.
Online learning is the only way I could do this.
It lets me work full-time and still be a mom.
My professors actually care. One even called me to walk me through an assignment.
At Mount Vernon Nazarene University, flexible online programs fit your schedule and your purpose. Your goals, your faith, your future. Start today at mvnu.edu/online.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital. For more information, visit kch.org.
Hey there, trendsetters. Stop into Hinkle's Marengo Hardware on 20 South Main Street in Marengo for your hardware accessories and supplies. Projects don't stand a chance when you start here. From pellet fuel to quality seeds, it doesn't matter what the season brings, you will be ready. Hinkle's Marengo Hardware would like to send a shout out to the Highland Scots. Like Hinkle's Marengo Hardware on Facebook. Closed Sundays only. Call and stop by to Hinkle's Marengo Hardware, 419-253-0221. Come see our new paint area, open now.
Hey, welcome back. It's Mount Vernon, Nazarene University. Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. Great performances there by both bands. So they got the jitters out for the first week on Friday night. So pretty impressive. So great job as they put an extra 3 minutes on, as they always do after halftime. But, let's talk a little bit, about the first half, Ross. I mean, if you look at Highland offensively, they did pretty well first quarter.
First quarter looked great. Second quarter, they stalled out just a little bit. Either they stalled out or Fredericktown made some adjustments. Coach is probably hoping for the latter of those two. I'm sure in the locker room of both of these teams, there was a lot of talking that happened during halftime. For the Scots, I guarantee you a lot of it was focused on the penalties and the silly mistakes that they were making that killed a couple of their drives and extended a couple of Fredericktown's drives. For the Freddies, trying to get them motivated to get that offense running. It started to click a little bit there towards the beginning of the end of the first half, but stalled out there at the end. They were fighting the clock and the Scots defense. So hopefully they can get things running here in the second half. They do get the ball to start the second half. Hopefully Coach has got a couple scripted plays there that they can come in with some confidence. Maybe they've been running them in practice for the past few weeks over and over and over again, knowing that they were coming up against the Scots and the typical defense that the Scots put on the field. So we'll see what the coach has inspired them to do here. And ultimately it comes down to the players, their motivation. Fortunately, we were injury-free in this first half. Seems like not even the cramp bug has gotten a hold of too many of them this early in the season, which usually slows down a lot of the teams when it's 80 degrees outside and they've been running two-a-days and everything else. Now they're getting back into it, ready to go, I think, to start this second half.
And the Freddies will get the ball here at the start of the second half, so everybody's kind of huddled up. They're getting the stretches out. We're going to come back for the start of the second half here on Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Knox County Veteran Services has been dedicated to serving our veterans for over 40 years. I'm Executive Director Kevin Henthorn.
And I'm Alan Huffman, your office coordinator.
Our mission is to assist veterans and their families in filing for service-connected disability, wartime pension programs, and VA healthcare enrollment.
We provide free transportation to VA healthcare appointments, as well as emergency financial assistance and numerous other benefits. Stop in and see us at 105 East Chestnut Street, or give us a call at 740-393-6742.
And never forget, you are not alone.
Looking for a career with great pay, great hours, and a great team? Schaefer Driveline has opportunities ready for you. We're hiring assemblers for first and second shift, and you'll love our 4-day work week. Starting pay is $18 an hour, with increases after 90 and 180 days. You'll work in our climate-controlled assembly floor. We also offer medical, dental, and vision coverage, along with a 401k match. Visit SchaeferDriveline.com and apply online today. Schaefer Driveline, driven by quality, powered by people.
And welcome back here, Highland Scots and the Fredericktown Freddies, week number 1 here of high school football on our Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube as we get set for tonight's second half. Sun is down, very nice temperature-wise. It's really cooled down tonight, so great night for high school football, especially when you got helmets and pads on. It's nice to have a cooler atmosphere as you run up and down the artificial turf field for sure.
Yeah, the sun has set now. The stadium lights are on. Truly is Friday Night Lights. I know so many people look forward to the start of the high school football season here. It also means college football is not far down the road, and NFL's kicked off as well. So it is football season in full effect. We're getting ready here for the second half kickoff by the Highland Scots. Freddies have a couple players deep, looking to return this ball, hopefully with some positive yards, and get into Highland Scott territory.
And back deep for the Freddies will be Saunders, and looks like Parker, Gibson back there as well. Caden Gibson.
Teed up and ready to go.
Yeah, they're quite a ways back there. Kicker hasn't put a bunch into it, as it once again a short kick right around the 29-30 yard line. And with the run, number 7, that's Lakin Hunter. So 1st and 10 now for the Freddies.
Yeah, Hunter taking it as the up man. Picks up about 10 yards on that return, close to the 40-yard line. So not terrible field position to start this first drive of the second half for the Freddies. Boy, they just got to get this machine running. They've kind of stalled out on a couple drives, haven't really produced any major big plays 20-plus yards down the field. Had a couple decent mid-range runs, but they got to get something going here in the second half.
Well, we'll see what kind of pep talk they got there at the halftime as they get up to the line of scrimmage here. 1st down, 10 here as we start the second half of play. Ashcraft at the quarterback. In motion, it's Parker. And now we got a penalty flag. And offside on the defense. So they'll get an extra 5 yards. Be 1st and 5 now for the Freddies.
Getting closer to that Highland Scott side of the field, down at the 45-yard line, 1st and 5.
I think when Cash Parker went into motion, kind of threw that defense across the line a little bit. They're in tight once again. Ashcraft with the snap. Pitches back to Parker. Parker goes across the 45. Up around the 50, and looks like he's going to have a 1st down, so it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Freddies.
1st down for the Freddies. Tell you, this whole offense revolves around that offensive line. They've got to get that initial push, which gives those running backs the opportunity to pick the hole they want to hit. If those guys don't get that initial push, Highland's putting 5 guys in the box, and they got those linebackers slamming through the gaps. It's not easy to make progress.
100%. Here we go now, 1st and 10. They've spotted the ball at the 49-yard line with Ashcraft coming in motion towards us. That's going to be Dickerson, and Dickerson's going to be met right around the 48-yard line, and maybe maybe a yard or so. He's 2nd down.
I don't even think they gave him that much.
I was being generous. I thought he had a yard. I guess not.
So here we're getting set here for 2nd down and 10. They are in Highland territory here at the 49-yard line. Got to drive it 49 yards down across that goal line.
So they come up to the line of scrimmage. What they have is Hannon right behind Ashcraft under center. Then to the far side, they have Hannon. And then now Ashcraft takes a snap, pitches it back to Parker. Parker's got a little bit of room. He rustles loose, takes a little sidestep across the 40, and finally taken down at the 35. So nice run there by Parker.
Yeah, he had 2 lead blockers ahead of him, and he definitely utilized them. That's probably the Freddies' longest play so far of the game, about 14 yards. There is a penalty on the flag, or a flag on the play, though.
I think it's going to be against Highland, as the official was talking to the Freddies there. Their head coach, Scott Spittler.
See what the call here is on the field.
That's one thing they do. They really talk about it, making sure they're doing the right thing as the officials, but they're going to walk it off. It'll be 1st down. That ball's going to be placed at the 35-yard line.
I think that is our 5th or 6th personal foul so far. Now, granted, it's early in the season, but that will drive the coaches absolutely insane.
Either way, the Freddies still have the ball, 1st and 10. They are moving the ball. And Ashcraft is leading the way at quarterback there for the Freddies. In the shotgun, he's placed about 4 or 5 yards back, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Dickerson. Dickerson finds a hole across the 30 and finally brought down right there at the 23-yard line.
That was a quick hitter. He handed the ball off fast, hit that one gap, and right up through, gained about 8 yards on that play.
Yeah, ball on the 27-yard line. Be 2nd down and 2. I think it's kind of the best we've seen their offense moving the ball here tonight.
They're definitely a lot more smooth right now. Nothing's as slippery, and they're not dropping the ball, and the offensive linemen are hitting the blocks where they need to hit the blocks, making some holes and giving the opportunity for the running backs to create some space.
Clock is rolling. The snap. Ashcraft fakes to Dickerson, keeps the ball, goes up the middle, crosses the 25, so he's going to have enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies. I'm calling it 1st and 10. Now they're probably going to say, no, we didn't quite make it.
He made the motion.
There we go.
We're now at the 25-yard line, so we're getting close to that red zone. We're not quite there yet. 1st and 10. Boy, the offense is looking a lot better with this first drive than they did there in that first half. I don't know if there's a little bit of fatigue setting in on the Highland defense. Those guys down in the trenches there have been working hard all night.
Well, I think the Freddies, I don't know, to me, they seem a little bit more relaxed. They're thinking through a little better. They're not rushing it. Ashcraft now, he's up under center. In motion's Parker. He's going to pitch to Parker to around the left side, and he got held up a little bit and then was able to get about 3 or 4 yards out of the play.
Yeah, productive play. You're still moving it forward. We're not getting negative plays on the field here. Freddies are moving the ball down the field, getting close to that red zone. Not quite there yet again. But, boy, they need a touchdown.
Got to get something going here as the clock is rolling. 9 minutes to go here. We are in the third quarter. Appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us on YouTube. Brought to you by Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Our Friday Night Lights. They're getting their offense lined up and ready to go. Trying to figure it out. Parker is going to set up on the far side. He just lines up right directly behind the tackle.
A little bit different formation this time.
So they got Dickerson set behind Ashcraft, and then they hand it off to Dickerson. He's found a hole, crossed the 20, and he's going to get brought down right at the 15. Might have got up to the 13-yard line, so nice run by Dickerson.
I tell you, he had a couple lead blockers. So far, when he gets the ball, he's utilizing those blockers, and he's utilizing them well. They're setting the edges pretty well, so he's cutting it inside, picking up 7, 8, 9 yards per carry.
We got a red zone alert brought to you by New Direction Shelter of Knox County. The Freddies are moving the ball and inside the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. So they can get a first down and possibly score. Ashcraft up under center. He's going to take the snap, hands off to Hannon right behind him, and he's going to muscle his way and fumbles the ball and picked up at the 10-yard line. Here comes Highland with the ball across the 50. Hayden Moore picks the ball up right around the 5-yard line and takes it, about 40, 50 yards up across the 50 for a first down and 10 for Highland.
Boy, that'll take the wind right out of your sails. They were moving that ball. Everything was going the Freddies' way there to start this second half. Simple mistake, put the ball on the ground. Highland Scots pick it up and return it about 55, 60 yards onto the Freddy side of the field.
Well, those turnovers are killers tonight for Fredericktown. Tonight's game brought to you by Dean's Jewelry, Knox Community Hospital, K&S Towing and Repair, Schaefer Industries, Buckeye Stoves and Buckeye Roofing, Knox County Veterans Services, Marengo Hardware, the Living Center Senior Apartments, Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumber, and Country Court Skilled Nursing Center. 1st and 10 for Highland.
About 7 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. The officials are getting the ball set. A little confusion on their part, I think. Highland's ready to go. Freddies are ready to go.
We got Howe and Doherty here to our near side. Schmidt at quarterback, set up right around the 41-yard line. He's going to take the snap. He hands it off to Hinkle. And he goes right down the middle, gets around to 30 before being taken down right at the 30-yard line.
Gain of 6 on that play makes it 2nd and 4 for Highland. Highland, they punch it in here. They're going to be feeling pretty good about halfway through this third quarter if they go up 21-0.
Other fantastic sponsors, Danville Outdoors, Velvet Ice Cream, People's Bank of Gambier, LPT Realty Agent Mike Pillow, Griffith Insurance, Aerial Corporation, and Alumni Roofing. Second down now for Highland.
Tell you, those uniforms do look a lot like Danville's uniforms with the black and the dark blue on them. We'll see Danville later this season for sure.
So Schmidt takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, tuck it, and run it, and gets across the 30 there, 25, and he's going to be finally taken down at the 24-yard line. Enough for a first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Scots.
24-yard line. They're not dropping off from the first half, picking up right where they left off, moving the ball right deep into Freddie territory.
We got 6:52 here to go in the third quarter of play. If you're just tuning in here to YouTube, we appreciate it. I'm Ron Strong along with Ross Carter. Be with you each and every Friday for Friday Night Football.
Well, Caden Daughtry there, number 1's pretty easy to find on the field with those bright orange shoes.
Bringing them out here to the near side. Schmidt alone there at the 28-yard line, takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Hinkle. Spins around and take it down at the 21-yard line.
It's going to bring up second and about 7 yards for the Highland Scots. Another positive play, moving the ball right down the field.
Coming up soon, that winning 50-50 ticket number will be announced.
Looking to the sideline now, see what the coach wants. He's running the play in. Play clock's ticking down 24 seconds.
So Hayden Moore delivers the message, and here comes the Highland Scots coming up to the line of scrimmage with a second down and 8 yards to go. Moore is split out to the far side. They got two here to the near side. Number 13's in, Robbie Schmidt. And there's a snap. That's Stover with the run, and he's going to get knocked out right around the 15-yard line.
That brings the ball into the red zone for the Highland Scots. It'll be first, a little short of that first down marker still, so it's going to bring up third and about 1 yard from the 15-yard line.
The red zone alert. It's all brought to you by New Directions Shelter of Knox County. First down, a couple yards to go, maybe a yard, if that. They're almost in my blind spot. They break the huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage. Schmidt, he's set up right around the 19-yard line, will take the snap. Oh, hands it off, and a quick hit. Hinkle gets smacked right there at the line of scrimmage, if not behind the line of scrimmage, for a loss of 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's going to bring up fourth down and almost 5 yards here. We'll see what Highland's going to do. My imagination is they're probably going to go for it. Up 14 against the Freddies. Nothing's really slowed them down too much so far in this second half, so why not try it?
It's kind of one of those things, early on, first game of the week, first game of the season. On a fourth down, you're that close to see what we can drum up and see if it's successful to move on to week 2, 3, and 4. They break huddle. We got 3 wide. Schmidt takes a snap. He's going to look down, and he's going to stop. Here's an official and a flag.
Penalty on the flag. That was definitely an unusual formation for Highland, and I don't think they were quite ready for it. Looks like a false start on the offense. So that's going to move them back out of the red zone. It's going to make it 4th and about 9.
That's kind of one of the, we just saw that happening with the Freddies, moving the ball really well. They get down there, they're in the red zone, and then they just make a mistake, and they end up out. And we'll see what they can do with it here with a 4th down now and 9 yards to go.
Looks like they're calling the same play, same formation out on the field.
Well, Schmidt will be there. Stover's with him in the backfield. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look downfield. He's looking to the left, and now he's going to tuck it and run it. Gets across the 20 to the 19, but that's not going to be enough for a first down. So it's a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies.
Yeah, definitely was supposed to be a pass play, but the Freddies brought about 2 or 3 people into the backfield, sent that blitz in, and Highland didn't have much of a response for it. Quarterback tried to tuck it and run and just ran out of room.
Well, let's see if Freddies can do what they did the last offensive series, although they didn't score. But I tell you what, they moved the ball very efficiently down the field. They got within striking distance before the turnover. So if they can do everything like they did without the turnover, might see their first points of the ball game. So Ashcraft up under center. Parker goes in motion. He's going to take the pitch. Going around the end, gets across the 20, probably maybe 4 yards, 3 yards out of the play.
Yeah, had a couple lead blockers, but Highland did a good job of sealing them up pretty quick. Did pick up about 4 yards on that play. It's going to make it 2nd and 6. Freddies are getting set. Play looks like it's been brought in.
Yeah, they bring those plays in pretty quickly. That's one of the things with their no huddle. I mean, they're just constantly getting plays and looking at the wrists and making things move pretty pretty methodically through the day. Ashcraft Parker goes in motion, and the pitch to him almost fumbled. He keeps it, but he's going to go back to the original line of scrimmage. So really nothing happening there. Miscommunication, wrong play. Somebody misread something.
The pitch was just a little bit off angle, and that threw the whole thing off. I think it was supposed to have been a reverse because the other back was coming across, but he didn't catch it in time to flip it for the reverse, so he just kind of had to eat it for the loss there.
And it looked like that throw was behind him, too. That could have been real dangerous.
For sure. Freddies are getting set. Highland is ready for the snap as well.
Brings up third down, 9 yards to go.
Just over 3 minutes left on the clock here in the third quarter.
Oh, Ashcraft, he's sitting there right at the 14-yard line. Pitches the ball. That's Dickerson. And he's going to get dropped right at the 24-yard line. Going to be fourth down long, so they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, that was a shotgun formation there. We haven't seen that too many times tonight from the Freddies. Every time we've seen it, though, it's been a handoff there to Dickerson, and he's done a pretty good job of gaining. I think he's been averaging 5 or more yards per carry. He got just about 3 or 4 on that carry.
Junior Butler will be punting the ball for the Freddies. Looks like Stover is back. He's lined up right around the 47-yard line to receive the punt. And a pretty good punt, too, end over end. Gets it right around the 40-yard line, 45 and 50, crosses midfield, and finally taken down by Cole Burnside for the Freddies.
Well, there was a little confusion there for Highland on that play. A guy tried to run on the field right before the ball was snapped and had to sprint back off the field. It could have been a penalty on Highland there very easily.
Running out of time here in the third quarter, 2:35 yet to go. Now, if you're just tuning in, Highland struck first. They got 2 quick scores in the first quarter. Ever since then, it's kind of been a back-and-forth battle with nothing really happening. Had opportunities, then a turnover. Same thing, opportunity and a turnover. So we'll see what happens here as they come out of the break of huddle on the sidelines and up to the line of scrimmage. Going out far will be Hayden Moore. Coming up close here, that's Hudson Howell, and I believe that's Doherty. And Schmidt's going to take it, roll to the right side. He's going to choose to run, and run he does. Look at it. He's got it going. 10, 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown. I wasn't sure whether he stepped out or not. What a run.
Yeah, he was the only Highland player on that entire side of the field. All the Freddies were chasing him. Nobody had the speed to catch him. He went all the way into the end zone to score to put Highland up 20-0.
Well, that was a quick strike there by Highland. Got the punt. One play later, they're in the end zone.
Biggest play of the night by far.
So Josh McAvoy is going to be doing the point after. Running in for his duty is Alex Smith. He forgot he was on the point after team. The snap goes back here. And the kick is up. Kind of a low kick. Squeaks it over the top. And in 21-0 with 2:23 to go here in the third quarter of play from Highland. This is Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Hi, it's Whitney from Danville Outdoors, the destination for folks across the region who live for the woods and the water. Our store in Danville has the best selection around, so stock up on everything from deer feed to practice targets. When that 10-point buck finally steps into range, you'll be ready. Before you go outdoors, come in and see us at Danville Outdoors. You're going to love our brand new building, South Market Street in Danville, danvilleoutdoors.com.
End your job search today. Ariel Corporation, with locations in Mount Vernon, Newark, and Akron, is hiring machinists and multi-craft maintenance technicians for our production teams. We are also looking for mechanics to join our assembly team. If you're seeking a change, come experience our 3- and 4-day full-time work weeks, excellent benefits, training opportunities, and profit-sharing bonuses. Apply now at arielcorp.com. That's ARIELCORP.com.
You're watching Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'm Ron Strong, along with Ross Carter, bringing you all the action here from Highland High School. As well, I remember the school because there's a little pizza ice cream shop down here on the corner. Always stop there when we're kind of going through town. So I knew exactly where I was coming tonight.
I have never been to that pizza place. I hear it has good pizza, but I've
Yeah.
never been.
Good pizza, great ice cream. All righty, lining it up, getting ready for the kick here. 2:23 left here in the third quarter. And there is the kick. Once again, it's a short kick and out of bounds right around the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you, before that last drive with that score, this game kind of reminded me of one of those heavyweight fights. A couple early punches that were landed, but then you just start tying each other up and tying each other up and tying each other up, and it just goes round after round. But here we go. Highland throws another haymaker, puts it in the end zone, up 21-0 at this point in time. Freddies have to respond. They're not out of time yet, but boy, if they don't do something on this drive, it's going to be a real long bus ride back to Fredericktown.
Well, the defense comes out. Freddies are ready to go. Waiting for the officials. Ball's not even in place here. What? Try to figure out where the ball went out. I'm not quite sure. Went out of bounds, put it to 35, and move on.
It's early in the season. They're figuring things out, too.
There we go. Just like us. There we go. Here we come now, the Freddies. Pretty much the same setup. Repeat, rinse, do the same thing. Ashcraft on the center. You're going to have Parker. You're going to have Dickerson. And then you're going to have Hannon right there as well, all bunched in there. So everybody's set. Ashcraft's going to take the snap. Dickerson is going to get the handoff and take it down right at the line of scrimmage. Might give him a yard.
Yep. Tell you, this is one of those offenses where when things are clicking and things are going well, it's productive. Early in the season, sometimes it's a little rough when these new folks come in. They haven't been in the system. It's only the second year for this system under Coach Spittler. And to be able to develop a whole new system in a place that's never run that type of offense before is always a challenge. So these new players are still learning everything.
Yeah, and we talked about how many seniors, graduated and, who's stepping in to replace them. So Ashcraft, center, Dickerson in motion. He gets the pitch back over to the right side, comes across the 40, and hit pretty hard there at the 43-yard line and dropped down. So it'll be third down, about 2 yards to go here for the Freddies.
Well, that was a nice form tackle there by Highland. You don't see too many of those early in the season. Everybody likes to try an arm tackle, but he squared him up and put him right on the ground.
Clock continues to roll here. 1:20 to go here, the third quarter. And as you mentioned, Ross, we got to get something going offensively here for the Freddies. Not too late, but, man, they got to make a strike. Dickerson with the pitch again. Comes across for 45, cross midfield. So he gets the first down, and he gets into Highland territory.
I've been pretty impressed with him this evening. He's a young kid. I think he's just a sophomore, if I remember right. Doing a good job at carrying the ball. Wasn't on the field much last year. Probably played for the freshman team or the JV team. He's out here making a difference tonight, though.
So Ashcraft in motion now. That's number 19. Ebersol takes the pitch, gets across the 45 up to about the 43-yard line for a second down. So they got Ebersol in there, and also Parker Saunders doing a lot of running as well. And I might have misspoke the last one of the run before. Might have been Saunders and not Dickerson, but they're kind of moving around in there an awful lot.
Keep those legs fresh.
So Ashcraft once again in motion there. That is Ebersol, takes the pitch and sneaks around the 40 and takes a dive over the first down marker. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies.
Tell you, this looks a lot like their last drive. They're moving the ball. They're being consistent, 5 yards per chunk. They just got to hold on to the ball.
It's kind of the red zone, when you get to that red zone, watch out.
Well, the field shrinks when you're in that red zone. Defense doesn't have to cover nearly as much territory.
For sure. So we got a whistle and wrapping up the third quarter. Once again, Highland 21, the Freddies 0. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University's Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Expert DIYer? Rookie renovator? Get all the stuff you'll need from people who know how to use it at Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumberyard. You'll find everything from commercial and custom feed to paint and plumbing. If you're not quite sure what you need, these friendly folks are happy to help. Grab your list of projects and come on down to the bigger, better Danville Feed and Supply Hardware and Lumberyard, all in one building on South Market Street in Danville.
Staying ahead means never stopping learning. At Mount Vernon Nazarene University, our online programs are built specifically for working professionals like you. Courses developed with industry experts, grounded in purpose-driven education, designed to fit your real life. Ready to start or finish your degree? Take control of your future at mvnu.edu/online. MVNU, where meaning meets momentum.
Whether it's your home, farm, auto, business.
And welcome back to Highland High School. End of the third quarter. It's now 21-0. Freddies are on the move. Ashcraft up under center. And we got a little bit of a reverse, and that is Saunders. He gets the second pitch there. They do a little pitch, then another pitch, and gets across to the 35-yard line.
It's a lot of moving pieces for 1 yard. That's where you risk that fumble. The more times you pass that ball off, the more likely you are to put it on the ground. Kind of a risky play for such a short reward.
So second down, they give him a yard. Second down and 9 here. The clock, you run this ball like that, that clock is continuing to move, and then if you don't pick the pace up between plays, you're going to run out of time eventually. Right now they're going to pitch it back there, and that's number 24, Parker Saunders, and gets up close to the 30. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line.
That's going to bring up third down and about 6 yards for the Freddies. They're going to have to start taking some shots downfield. I know they don't like to throw the ball, but they're not going to be able to keep up at this pace with only 11 minutes left in the game if they hope to score 3 times.
Friday Night Lights. We'll go to the play. Ashcraft in motion. Saunders stops, goes back to the left, and we're going to have a penalty. And that's about the second or third time they drew the defense offside. With that play, he gets over and moves back.
That's going to be real close to a first down at this point. It's going to end up being, they went ahead and gave him the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 26-yard line.
All right, ball's in place. Official rolls the clock. Ashcraft calling the commands at the line of scrimmage. In motion, pitched back. That's number 19, Aiden Ebersol, and kind of weaves his way around, gets hit a few times, and drags the defense another 2 or 3 yards to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be close to another first down, and it is another first down. Brings us into the red zone.
Our red zone brought to you by New Direction Shelter of Knox County.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Freddies at about the 16.5-yard line, hoping to punch it in the end zone. This is about the point where they fumbled it there on that drive earlier this quarter, or this half.
I was going to say that, but I'll leave that up to you. Ashcraft takes the snap, pitches it to Ebersol, or Saunders, sorry. And Saunders spins away around to about the 15-yard line. Tonight's game brought to you by Alumni Roofing, Ariel Corporation, Griffith Insurance, LPT Realty Agent Mike Pillow, People's Bank of Gambier, Velvet Ice Cream, Danville Outdoors, Country Court Skilled Nursing Center, Danville Feed and Supply Hardware, and Lumber. They're at the line of scrimmage with Ashcraft. He's going to pitch it back, and he pitches it. Nothing to do with it was Ebersol. He just kind of got hit right behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on the play.
I think the defense has kind of figured that formation out. Every time they line up that way, it's that outside pitch. They're playing those gaps, and those linebackers are jumping right into the hole. I think there is something to that sports jinx. Anytime you say something, it generally happens shortly after. So hopefully the Freddies hold on to the ball here with just a couple plays left here to get into the end zone.
I think the offensive, from when I played in high school so many years ago, we won't talk about that, have gotten a little bit more complex than when we were in school. There goes Ashcraft, fakes the pitch, rolls to the right side, and I think he's going to keep the ball. He does, gets across to the 10-yard line, and then he's finally brought down there at the 10.
All right, so that's going to bring up 4th down and about 5 yards, I believe, for the Freddies.
I think as a coach right now, if you're a coach for Fredericktown, seeing some points get on the board right now would be a good thing. So there's a lot of good things happening with the offense. Haven't been able to get it into the end zone just because of some of the mistakes. But so far, this drive has been very nice, very well executed. Now that he's got to top it off.
It's always interesting early in the season to see how your kids respond to either a win or a loss. Whether it's a good bounce back that next week or if they can push through here in the 4th quarter.
Yep. Now we got a whistle and a looks like a timeout. So with the timeout on the field, 7:59 to go here in the ball game. It's 21-0. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
RV or boat, Griffin Insurance has you covered. Located at 300 Coshocton Avenue in Mount Vernon, we've been protecting what matters most to Knox County for decades. Call 740-397-7488 today and experience the trusted local service you deserve. Griffin Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you know.
Alumni Roofing is a full-service commercial roofing contractor providing commercial and industrial roofing solutions. Located in Lexington, Ohio, providing service to much of North Central Ohio, including the greater metropolitan areas of Columbus, Cleveland, and Akron. Preventive maintenance program, roof health assessment, storm damage assessment, roof replacement, roof restoration, and more. Call 419-884-9715 and mention this ad to receive a free thermal scan and a full roof health assessment.
Well, we are back. You go into your bag of tricks. 4th and 4.
4th and 4 with 8
in the red zone.
Left. Down 3 scores. You got to do something.
Well, we'll see what we got here. Ascrap looks like he's going to drop back. Going to position himself right around the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. To the left of him is Dickerson. Oh, they bump into each other, and now he couldn't find anywhere to go. Hit at the line of scrimmage, probably lost a yard. Not necessarily the play on a 4th and 4. Not the result you want to see happening if you're a coach.
That's another one of those. You call a timeout. You want to make sure you got the right play in, and all of a sudden your running back runs square into your quarterback, blows the whole play up, and you end up turning it over on downs.
More incredible sponsors, the Living Center Senior Apartments, Marengo Hardware, Knox County Veteran Services, Buckeye Stoves and Buckeye Roofing, Schaefer Industries, K&S Towing and Repair, Knox Community Hospital, and Dean's Jewelry. Appreciate everybody helping us out, making this possible on WMVO YouTube. Our Friday Night Lights brought to you by Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Highland breaks huddle. They're up 21-0, 7:53 to go in the 4th quarter. Not going to be in a big hurry. Run the ball, run the clock down.
They got some wide receivers here. They're spreading the whole field out. Might be a run up the middle or it might be a throw down deep to seal the win here for them.
So, boy, we got a mess down there. So we got all kinds of things happening, and it's going to be a penalty against Highland.
False start.
False start, illegal motion, ball got snapped to the end zone, all kinds of stuff.
That moves them back to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 15. They're moving the wrong direction. Freddies are just flat out running out of time. That's their biggest enemy right now.
They are. So you got to work on fundamentals. You know, if you're Highlands coach right now, you don't want to see that happening. You got to keep the mistakes to a minimum. You got to work to next week. You know, not that you need to start thinking about next week, but just work the kinks out, run the offense, because we've seen some kinks. And he's going to throw the ball. He's going deep. Oh, he had a guy and just overthrew him. That was Hudson Howell, who beat his guy around the 40, but that ball just went sailing by him.
Missed him by a yard, and had he caught it, he would have been gone.
So there you go. Do a little experiment and see what works, see what doesn't. That would have been a touchdown, like you said, if he would have tossed that just a little lighter.
And as we're looking at these plays, again, it's the first week of the season. That quarterback has to learn that touch, especially on those deep balls. Feather it right in there to the basket, let that receiver catch it on the stride and continue running down the field. It's a good effort. The defensive player got beat on that one and just happened to miss it with the pass.
All right, 2nd down, 15 to go here. The snap back Going to get tossed over, and I believe that was Hinkle. I'm not 100%. Didn't see the number there. It was Hinkle. So he's brought down there at about 7 or 8 yard line. So it'll be third down.
Yeah, gain about 3 on that play, so 12 or 13 to go here on third down.
Zach Riley, he's running the play in for the Scots.
Well, I'm impressed we've not seen a single play clock violation tonight.
I know, right? And it seems like it's taken them forever between some of these plays, but yeah, they get it down to about 15 or 10. So coming back in will be Hayden Moore. That delivers the play call to Schmidt. They come on out here. We got 3 wide to the near side, 1 all the way to the far side. He takes the snap. He's going to roll to the right and run the ball, and he's going to be brought down at the 11, 12-yard line. So that's a fourth down now and a long way to go for Highland.
And the safe play here is to punt it, pin the Freddies a little deeper, make them work hard to try to get back down and into the end zone. Freddies have a man back around the 45-yard line. I don't think he needs to be that deep based on the kicks we've seen earlier in the evening, but you never know.
That's Caden Gibson back there, and looks like big number 54. I tell you, their kickers are huge. I mean, they got Hayden Eckhorn, the kicker. He's 5'11", 215 pounds for Highland, back doing the punting. The big boy. Low snap. He picks it off the turf. End over end. Hits it around the 39, and it's going to bounce. Boy, get a very favorable Highland bounce all the way back to, they're going to drop it and stop it at the 37. Or it'll be 1st and 10 for the Freddies.
Those bounces and rolls definitely went Highlands that way that time. Freddies, I think a little gun shy on trying to pick up those rollers after that first fumble on the first kickoff of the night. Sometimes it's a safer play just to let it go and be downed.
Well, I think some of the coaches are like, man, that thing's going end over end. You can't get a clean pickup. Just get away from the ball. And that's exactly what happened. 5:52 to go here in the ball game. Highlands on top, 21-0. Freddies with the ball.
Hoping to punch it in the end zone and at least avoid the shutout here this evening. Something positive to end the night on, get ready for the next game coming up. Not that they're counting themselves out of this one, but boy, it's an uphill battle.
Up under center is Ashcraft in motion and taking the pitch. That is Dickerson. He's got some room. He's got a lot of room. Wide open. And without him, that would have been 6.
That is a great angle the defender took there. He has some wheels on him for sure. Thought maybe he was going to make it into the end zone. Brings it back down into the red zone for the Freddies, though.
The red zone, sponsored by New Directions Shelter of Knox County. Let's see if the Freddies can capitalize on that big run.
I said looking for something positive here this evening. They've had a lot of things that they can look at film and, hey, say we need to work on this for next week. We need to work on this and eliminate some of these mistakes. But let's end on something positive here. Let's punch it
in motion once again, taking the pitch. I believe that's Parker. He's got hit at the line of scrimmage, actually behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1 or 2. It'll be second down.
It looks like they gave him a yard forward progress on that one, so it's going to make it 2nd and 9. It's always kind of hard to tell when you're that tight of a group and everybody's just pushing the pile where the refs are going to mark that ball.
All right, see if the Freddies now can, like you said, once again into the red zone, see if they can get something to happen. Although they got not enough time to make this a comeback, but end on, like you said, a good note.
And the quarterback just fumbled the ball again. Put it back on the ground. I'm not sure. It looks like the Freddies maintain possession here, but boy, all that positive on that last play is now gone. It's now 3rd and 11. Clear back close to the 15-yard line.
Once again, going the wrong way.
Definitely 4-down territory, though, so see what they can come up with over the next 2 downs. They can get a first down at about the 2 or 3 yard line.
Well, they're not in a hurry. At 4:20 here in the fourth quarter. Ashcraft finally gets up under center. Going to motion is Parker. Fakes the pitch to him, looking to throw the ball. He does, over to the right side. Number 42, that's Griffin Garver, makes the catch and walks it in for 6.
Touchdown for the Freddies. No flags on the play. That was one of those trick plays. They must have been keeping that in their back pocket all night long. Good play. Faked the handoff, tossed it right down the line, and there was nobody out there to make the stop.
Nice play by the Freddies. Get them on the board here with just about 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Doing the point after. 41. Isaiah Brake. And the snap is back. The kick is up and good. So the Freddies get on the board. Highland 21, the Freddies 7. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Friday Night Lights on WMVO.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. We are the cozy way to save. We invite you to stop by our showroom on State Route 95 in Fredericktown to see live burning wood, pellet, and gas displays. We can help you find the perfect alternative heating source to meet your needs. Buckeye Stoves, we will bring that heat. Good luck to all the local teams. BuckeyeStoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
Country Court Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center lets you experience the heart of caring with skilled nursing and therapy for after surgery. We also provide outpatient therapy for those able to return home. Give us a call at 740-397-4125. Visit us at 1076 Coshocton Avenue, countrycourt.com, and find us on social media. Country Court is a Levering Management Skilled Nursing Center.
And we're back. After the Freddies march it down, put 7 points on the board at the 4:03 mark here in the fourth quarter. A nice that was a really pretty good offensive run there for him that time around.
Yep, you got to think they're going to go for the onside kick here just because. And there it is.
Right between his legs and out of bounds, but touch nobody. So Highland will get the ball here, first down and 10.
It's a good thought, just wasn't executed the best there. Looks like Highland will take over here. Ball's going to be probably placed on, what, the 35-yard line?
Yeah, I believe so. So this is where you'll find us every Friday night for WMVO's YouTube game. And next Friday we'll be at Utica as with the Redskins. So we'll be there next Friday night for that game.
Yeah, I believe is it Danville against Utica next week?
I'll tell you here in a minute. I believe so. Yes.
That
should be a good game.
Yep.
Should be a good game.
I'm excited to listen to the scores on my way home from here tonight to see how the rest of the teams around the county did. Always love high school football, man, this time of year. Leaves haven't started changing yet, but it's not too far down the road.
No, it's not. So they're getting everything in play and in place here. Officials are once again having a conference there at the 35-yard line, debating on whether anybody touched the ball. It rolled out of some where does the ball go? Making sure that they're doing it doing it right. The 35-yard line is the proper placement.
Now, what it really is, they know that we're live streaming tonight, so they want their 15 minutes of fame on camera. Take a little extra time, make a play.
Our camera guy Derek here, he's not zoomed in on them, so they'll be disappointed.
We appreciate you, Derek, and all your help here in the booth tonight with the camera work.
Oh, there he goes. There, now they got it. Now we got to sit here and I think he actually looked up. So, yep, we'll be Utica next Friday. They take on Danville. So just be sure to lock us in and check it out. Our Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
I'm looking forward to here some point in time this season checking out the new Fredericktown Stadium. I've heard they've done a lot of great upgrades there this year. And no AstroTurf, but all new grass and new facilities. So it'll be beautiful to check that out.
Well, this is taking a while. Get things figured out.
Freddies are ready.
Everybody's ready.
Scots are ready.
Everybody's ready.
I think the officials are ready.
They're getting ready. They got their fame. Come on, guys. First down 10 here, 4:03 to go in the ball game. And Highland back up under center. That's Schmidt. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. I believe that is Hinkle with the run, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Boy, good gang tackling there by the Freddies. About 5 of them had him wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. It looks like we have a timeout by Fredericktown here, trying to work that clock a little bit.
And we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more high school football right after this.
At K&S Towing and Repair, we're your hometown stop for quality fuel, fast, friendly towing service, and dependable auto repair with a combined 69 years experience. Whether you're filling up your tank or your belly with our great breakfast and lunch options, fixing up your ride, or getting a tow, count on the people who live and work right here in our community at the Fredericktown Marathon and K&S Towing and Repair. Stop in today at 1739 Zolman Road or call 740-694-5021.
Everyone deserves to feel safe, respected, and supported. If you or someone you care about is experiencing domestic violence, sexual assault, or human trafficking, New Directions is here. Our free and confidential services include emergency shelter, advocacy, safety planning, and connections to resources, all centered around your needs. Call or text New Directions 24/7 crisis hotline at 740-397-4357. Help is available. New Directions provides resources for safety, healing, and freedom here in Knox County.
And we're back, and running with the ball once again is Schmidt. Kind of a miscommunication on the play. He had to keep it and himself. Gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And we've got an illegal block on the Scots, so they're going to march it back.
All right, be interesting if the Freddies decline it. Yeah, I was going to say they're trying to get the ball back. They just used a timeout, so that penalty will probably stop the clock here. It's going to end up bringing 3rd down and 10, I believe, for Highland here without taking that penalty.
Yep.
Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Yep, good idea. So now 3rd down for the Scots. Kind of getting a little sloppy here towards the end of the ball game, I think. Trying to figure out what's going to happen, what's going on. I think Scott's got a little miscombobulated. So we're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University's Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
At the Living Center in Mount Vernon, we provide active, carefree, and secure senior living. Our on-site restaurant and salon mean no more battling Mother Nature to enjoy a meal and feel and look good. Give us a call at 740-397-3897. Visit us at thelivingcenter.net or at 201 North Main Street in Mount Vernon and find us on social media. The Living Center is a Levering Management senior apartment community.
Friday Night Lights, packed stands, and our hometown team taking the field. It doesn't get much better than that.
Except maybe a shopping spree at Dean's Jewelry.
Well, okay, you got me there, Mom.
Sorry, Cole. Couldn't resist. Please continue.
At Dean's Jewelry, we're proud to support our local high school athletes. Their hard work, dedication, and commitment to their team. So play hard, play together, and have a great season.
We'll be cheering you on.
Dean's Jewelry, family-owned, community-driven, and proud to support our hometown team.
MVNU.
Well, we're coming back mid-play, but nice run there by number 4. That is Nick Hinkle. Took the handoff on the right side, gets across the 40. And right to midfield. So an excellent run. Highland keeps the ball moving. 3:28 here to go in the ball game.
Yeah, more importantly than keeping that ball moving, they're keeping the clock running. Fredericktown only has 1 timeout remaining, I believe. So they can't really stop the clock too many more times. Got to trust that defense, make a couple stops here, maybe get the ball back with 1 more possession.
All right, so the Scots looking over the situation. Hayden Moore comes split out here to the near side. Howell to the far side. The snap, handoff, and that is Hinkle once again, across the 45. And he gets up to the 40, and believe it's going to be enough for another Highland 1st down.
Boy, the Freddies had that play blown up in the backfield. Somehow ended up being a first down, 10-yard gain on that play. Should have been no gain. Looks like the Freddies are getting set here. Clock continues to run down to 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Scots are taking their time. They're going to let that play clock bleed out as much as they can. Probably snap that ball with about 3 or 4 seconds left.
So Schmidt leads the way as quarterback there for the Scots. To the left of him, that is Nick Hinkle. They got two wide out, one close, one far. Hands off to Hinkle. He goes right up the middle. He squeaks in for about 3 yards on the play.
Going to make it 2nd and 7 from the Fredericktown 37-yard line. Clock continues to run down to 2 minutes.
Okay, and Stover, a little slow getting up. Oh, I think we're going to have your first cramp maybe of the evening.
Yep,
he's rubbing the back of his thighs and his calves.
Not using a timeout, though. Looks like they're going to try and keep him in.
Yeah, he's going to work it out. It's one of the things you, as a coach, you're like, just want to prevent injuries of any sort this early in the season.
Especially to one of your star players.
You bet. Schmidt takes the handoff, takes the snap, keeps the ball, goes around the left side, goes across through the 30-yard line, finally pushed out of bounds at the 23, 24-yard line.
And Stover's back down on the ground with that cramp firing up again. They got to get him out at this point in time, and the game is only a minute left.
Yeah, they're going to roll him in there. Caden Doherty comes in the game, and Stover's going to take a seat here on the sideline.
That's funny. These young men, they work so hard, they never want to leave that game. You just about have to pull teeth to get them to come out.
Yeah, and those cramps, they are painful. But better just to get them loose and get them out and get ready for to go back in potentially, or just work them out.
About a minute 23 left here in the fourth quarter. Highland driving once again.
All right, snap, hands off. That is number 4 once again, Nick Hinkle. He's getting called on quite a bit tonight. Gets up close to the 15-yard line and finally taken down at the 16.
That's going to bring the ball into the red zone once again.
Our red zone brought to you by New Direction Shelter of Knox County. Less than a minute to play here in the ball game.
At this point, they could probably take 2 knees and run the clock out because Fredericktown's only got 1 timeout left.
Yep. Play gets jogged in by Hayden Moore, just kind of taking our time, watching the clock dwindle down to 0. They break huddle. Howe goes out far to the left, and we got 2 close to us here. That is Doherty and I believe, well, there he goes. Schmidt's just going to keep the ball. He gets around the end, and boy, just a total failure on the defense, and he just rolls into the end zone for a touchdown. 16-yard run. Nice play.
Why take a knee when you can put it in the end zone?
I guess.
Well, if this rivalry continues like it has over the past few years, that'll be some locker room fodder for next year.
So we'll go back out there, and big number 5 will do the kicking honors is Josh McAvoy. Getting set for the point after with 29 seconds to go here in the ball game. Doing the holding is Robbie Schmidt. With a snap, back, down, kick is up. And I tell you what, he's very consistent right down the middle every time.
Yeah, I'm impressed here. First game of the season. 5 touchdowns scored tonight, 5 extra points made. Not a single one missed this evening.
Yeah, we're going to be back to wrap this thing up.
Online students are everywhere. Working parents, full-time employees, people chasing goals without giving up what matters most.
Online learning.
Who turned me off? No, I'm just kidding.
Could do this.
I don't know what happened. That was weird.
My professors actually care. One even called me to walk me through an assignment.
At Mount Vernon Nazarene University, flexible online programs fit your schedule and your purpose. Your goals, your faith, your future. Start today at mvnu.edu/online.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you you well, because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital. For more information, visit kch.org.
And welcome back to Mount Vernon Nazarene University Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. I'm Ron Strong along with Ross Carter. I want to thank Derek, our cameraman, technical guru, executive, technical producer, and camera extraordinaire. Something like that. We'll work on your title a little bit. Is that But there was another penalty.
Yep, the Scots once again. Boy, you do something good, and then you turn around and do something that's going to make the coaches not real happy. I think that's their 5th unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the evening. They're going to be working on that, maybe running some extra laps this upcoming practice.
We might be seeing that after the game. And it was after the play, so the touchdown counted. It's 28-7, 29 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, barring a kickoff return here or a real deep play, I don't know that the Freddies are going to be able to punch it into the end zone. We'll see.
So Cash Parker is back along with number 24, Parker Saunders. And then on the other side, looks like Ashcraft to receive the kick. And it's mishandled by Parker, picks it up, gets to the 45-50, and he is taken down across midfield at the 48-yard line.
23 seconds left on the clock, so 1 timeout, I believe, left for the Freddies, so probably time for 2, maybe 3 plays, depending. Try and punch it in the end zone.
Well, as a coach, I mean, what do you look at after, a game like this? I mean, what do you think's going through coaches' minds come practice time?
Well, I think for the Freddies, they're going to go back and look at the things they did well. You can't focus too much on the negative. You got to bounce back and get ready to play the next game. So they're going to focus on those things. Watch a lot of film, I bet. And boy, here's a nice run play by the Freddies. Pickup of about 15 as they're driving down the field. But again, that clock's still ticking. 17 seconds left. For the Scots, they're going to go back and they're going to say, okay, this worked, but we really should have won that game by 5 or 6 scores.
Right.
They had a couple times they shot themselves in the foot with penalties, with a couple plays that just didn't work the way they had planned, and they're going to take their time and look at that.
Yep, very good. A lot of good things happened with really both teams, as you mentioned. So they're going to pitch it back to Saunders again. This is going to be the last play of the ball game, and he's going to try to make it count. He gets across the 20 to the 15. Can he make it in there? And absolutely not. He was wrestled down by Nick Hinkle at around the 8-yard line, but unfortunately not enough time on the clock. That's going to wrap us up here from Highland with our final score. Highland Scots 28, the Fredericktown Freddies 7. And we'll be back to wrap things up here at Highland High School. You're listening to Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube.
Hey there, trendsetters. Stop into Hinkle's Marengo Hardware on 20 South Main Street in Marengo for your hardware accessories and supplies. Projects don't stand a chance when you start here. From pellet fuel to quality seeds, it doesn't matter what the season brings, you will be ready. Hinkle's Marengo Hardware would like to send a shout out to the Highland Scots. Like Hinkle's Marengo Hardware on Facebook. Closed Sundays only. Call and stop by to Hinkle's Marengo Hardware, 419-253-0221. Come see our new paint area, open now.
Knox County Veteran Services has been dedicated to serving our veterans for over 40 years. I'm Executive Director Kevin Henthorn.
And I'm Alan Huffman, your office coordinator.
Our mission is to assist veterans and their families in filing for service-connected disability, wartime pension programs, and VA healthcare enrollment.
We provide free transportation to VA healthcare appointments, as well as emergency financial assistance and numerous other benefits. Stop in and see us at 105 East Chestnut Street, or give us a call at 740-393-6742.
And never forget, you are not alone.
All right, we are back here to wrap things up at Highland High School. I'm Ron Strong along with Ross Carter. Ross, man, it's been a pleasure. We'll be here doing it for the next 9 weeks. Week 1 in the books.
In the books. We made it through. Glad to be a part of the team here. That was a rough night for the Freddies, but I tell you what, they're a younger team. They got a long season ahead of them. They're going to spend some time in practice, continue to work on the things that are working, continue to refine the things that aren't working. Boy, the Scots look pretty good tonight. The past couple years have been rough for the Scots, 3-7 records last year and the year before. I think they have a bright future ahead of them this year. Definitely move in the right direction. Student section's excited down there with the team in the end zone. And boy, great way to start the season for the Scots. Tough loss for the Freddies, but I think both these teams are going to be fairly successful this year.
Absolutely. So once again, our final score, 28-7, Highland over the Freddies. We'll be in Utica next Friday, so join us once again right here for our nice our Friday Night Lights on WMVO YouTube. It's all brought to you by Mount Vernon Nazarene University.